Welcome to StoneX Stadium here on this chilly mid-December afternoon for the round 11 Premiership women's rugby fixture between Saracens and Bristol Bears. Now Bristol have been talk of the town recently with the star signing of Ilona Maher, and they've got 4 wins on the bounce at the moment. Sarries, on the other hand, 3 losses out of the last 5 games. They'll be looking to finish off 2024 with a bang.
Hold on, Lucy, come on. Get in the spirit, get festive, come on.
All right then, Nige, here we go.
There you go.
Right, festive spirit has been restored. Let's get this show on the road.
Drop it. Drop it.
It's a festive feast of rugby this afternoon at StoneX Stadium as Saracens women take on Bristol Bears. One place separates these two sides in the table, and while Santa is busy preparing his sleigh for the 25th of December, both of these sides will want to give themselves the perfect Christmas present heading into the festive break. There's Christmas holly in the form of Bears fly half Aitchison, whilst the Saracens back row is providing the gold, frankincense and myrrh. For the hosts, all they want for Christmas is a win over the Bears, but the Bristolians will be hoping that they're driving home for Christmas with a festive win under their belts. This one has all the makings of a proper Christmas cracker, and if those puns haven't turned you off yet, stick around because it's going to be a great game. Good afternoon, welcome to StoneX Stadium. It's a cold one today, but somebody is going to be feeling that festive warmth of sitting in the playoff places by the time this afternoon is over. Jess Breach is joining us again. Jess, we asked you this last time. I'm sure you'd rather be out on the field, but this one's going to be a fantastic game today.
Oh, absolutely. I think the way that Bristol play is super exciting. They like to keep ball in hand, and then I think the way that Sarries play, maybe we have a bit more technical like kicks in our locker. So yeah, definitely super exciting, and hopefully everyone at home or in the stands is excited to watch the game today.
It'll be a great game. Exeter are top of the table. Everyone knows that. They've got a big game against Gloucester Hartpury. But this match, 4th versus 5th, but it's going to have huge implications come the end of the season.
Oh, definitely. I think now it's kind of like must-win territory, I think, for a lot of teams, apart from maybe Exeter. I think, last weekend, having that loss and probably only getting like 1 point out of that game is not where we want to be. So yeah, definitely today I think we need to get as much out of this game as possible. Hopefully 5 points. If not, hopefully we can get 2, so a try bonus and a losing bonus, but that's not where we want to be. We want to be in the top 4 going into Christmas so everyone can enjoy some turkey and enjoy some Christmas pudding. But Bristol are a good team, and they've shown that this year, and they've beaten some good teams, and they've showcased some really good rugby. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be exciting, but hopefully we get that W and we can go into the Christmas spirit with more spirit than them.
Well, like you said, hopefully going into the festive break with that Christmas spirit. Well, someone that is pretty normally full of festive spirit 365 days a year is Saracens scrum half Ella Viervas, and Lucy has been busy already today. She caught up with her a few moments ago.
I'm delighted to be joined by Saracens star Ella Viervas. Ella, thanks for joining me. It was a tough defeat last week, a brilliant game though. How's training been this week off the back of that loss?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, we knew that was going to be a really tough game going into it, and Gloucester, playing Gloucester away in front of their pretty brutal fans is always a hard place to go. But we've recollected this week, and we've come together. We've had a really strong week of training, and we've pushed our focus onto the Bristol game. We've not dwelled too much on that game, and we've really been focusing on what we can do to disrupt this Bristol team, and also more importantly how we can play our best rugby.
Yeah, it's a really exciting matchup actually. A lot of talk about this particular fixture, and if you look at that top of the table, there is so little separating 1st to 5th. What are your expectations coming into this game specifically?
I mean, there's no hiding from the fact that this game is going to be really important for both teams. I think it's really important for us that we make our mark and we come away with points from this game. As you said, the top 5 is there's no separation between them, and we've not had a season like this before in this league, and it's absolute credit to the league, and it's going to amazing places. But yeah, it's going to be a real fight to get into that top 4, and every game counts now, so it's going to be really important for both teams.
Yeah, it just speaks to how strong the league is as a whole, absolutely. And every game really does matter with how tight things are. What are you most looking forward to coming up against Bristol? Because it is such an iconic clash.
Yeah, it is. It's an iconic clash, and the way Bristol play, it's very well known within the league. They play a very Bristol style of rugby, which is they want to attack and they want the ball and they want to keep the ball, and we're going into it thinking we can't let them have the ball, and that plays into our strengths as well, and we're going to hopefully put a really strong defensive shift on and stop them from making any metres.
Well, let's go Sarries, best of luck.
From the dark ages to the digital ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
She is a superwoman.
The most followed rugby player in the world at the moment is Ilona Maher.
Just puts the head down, powers her way through to the line.
Maher just bumping off defenders for fun.
Sometimes she just makes this game look so easy. Power. Oh, she's just bossing it at the moment, isn't she? Look at the physical mismatch. See you later.
Turbo mode from Ilona Maher activated.
Lucy also caught up with Bristol Bears captain Abby Ward.
I'm delighted to be joined by Bristol Bears captain Abby Ward. Abby, thanks for joining me. Welcome to StoneX Stadium. A huge clash coming up today between Sarries and Bears. How excited are you for this one?
Yeah, very excited. I think it's a fixture that everyone relishes. Like, you look to it in the calendar to have it as the Christmas fixture. It was the same last year. It's going to be great. Hopefully it's a fantastic game to round off this year and head into the next year.
And of course, Bristol Bears have been the talk of the town recently with the signing of Ilona Maher. How's the mood been in camp? How excited is everyone? Obviously, she's not here today, sadly, but she will be in the new year with you.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think the effect that it's had in terms of the upsurge in ticket sales and stuff like that, the spotlight that it's put on rugby is amazing. But that aside, like, at the same time, Ilona, she's been into training. She's so focused. She's very professional. She's a great person to have around. So she's going to add to our squad, not just as a person, but yes, all like the bright lights, the cameras, the attendance figures. But I think I'm excited to see it on the pitch.
Yeah, the Ilona Maher impact is real. And of course, your performances, you're coming into this game today with 4 wins on the bounce. You potentially feeling a little bit of pressure to back up all the talk and back up those wins with another?
I'm going to disappoint you because no, we take every game as it comes, and it's one of those cliches, but we really do. And I think teams are finding form, they're losing form. Like, every game is very tough. There is no easy games now. This game is going to be extremely tough, and we know that it's going to be physical. It's one of those clashes that you love to be involved in. The players at Sarries have got the talent and the depth that they've got, and we want to show our own. So no pressure. We're just excited to get out and play our rugby.
Well, we can't wait to see you out there. Back to you, Harry.
The Bristol rivalry is a big one, Jess. Everyone knows about that semi-final last year, but Sarries righted some wrongs earlier in the season at Ashton Gate.
Yeah, definitely. I think the game at Ashton Gate was a true character of where the team is and how we can perform. And I think last year it probably broke a lot of our hearts losing in the semi-final here, and it being history that no away team's ever done that. So I think, yeah, hopefully we can get the win today. But that rivalry, I think, is definitely strong. You know, they've got a couple of players that used to be at Saracens, so I think that also gives a bit of grit and determination to get the W over some ex-teammates. But yeah, like I've said previously, they play a very expansive game. So hopefully we've done our analysis this week and we can negate that.
Well, one person that certainly is going to have been doing their analysis is fly half Zoe Harrison. It's her 100th appearance for the club today. Jess is certainly happy about that one. Here's a little bit of her best bits so far in a Saracen shirt.
Still advantage the Saracens here. Harrison dummies, and she's through. Zoe Harrison.
Cheats, who thunders into Harrison.
Harrison ducking, weaving, going. Zoe Harrison reaches and scores.
Up pitch.
What a kick that is. I mean, when you talk of internationals returning, you obviously want them to make huge impact. That's a brilliant kick from her.
Stops, checks, goes. Zoe Harrison is through. Zoe Harrison races clear, steps, still looks and gets the ball to Jeff. Brings the speedster in a blink of an eye.
Kick into touch has just been incredible today.
Zoe Harrison is 6 from 6. Utterly immaculate. As immaculate as that ponytail.
I just think it was amazing what we put out there, and it shows what we can do.
Jess, see Zoe Harrison, childhood friend, played with her through all of the age groups. What is it that makes her the player that she is?
I think she's super determined and a great human, and I think it's a special day for her to get her 100th appearance here at Saracens. Like, she's played here all her senior rugby, and I think it's really special for her and her family. And yeah, she's just an amazing player, and I think sometimes she doesn't get that credit, especially after her ACL injury coming back. Like, the way that she's come back and actually probably made the shirt here at Saracens better, and I think that just shows the character and the true athlete that she is. And hopefully we can get the win for her today for the girls, and then she can have a nice celebration after and a good Christmas.
Like you said, hopefully a fantastic Christmas for Zoe with 4 points at least today. Now, this weekend is also the Foundation Takeover weekend here at StoneX Stadium. There's a kit drive, plenty of fun and games going on, and Lucy has been out and about catching up with Amy from the Foundation to tell us a little bit more.
I'm delighted to be joined by Amy from the Saracens Foundation. Amy, thank you so much for chatting to me today. Tell us a little bit, first off, about what the Saracens Foundation is all about.
Yeah, so we're the charitable arm of Saracens, the rugby club, and we do a range of different projects across Hertfordshire, North London, not just physical activity based. We have a wide range. We work with children who are as young as 1 month old. We delivered presents to a 1 month old yesterday, which was amazing. And then we also work in elderly care homes, and we have participants who are over 100. So we cover a wide range of areas and a wide range of ages. So yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And of course today is all about the Foundation's kit drive, where we're collecting unused or unwanted kit and sports attire. Tell us a little bit about the good homes that this donations will go to.
Yeah, sure. So for a lot of people, buying clothes to do physical activity, and so whether that's football boots or jumpers, shorts, are an expense. So a lot of this will be going to our Sporting Roots project, which works with refugees and asylum seekers living in North London and Hertfordshire. And yeah, this will go to them. They come here and play football, so boots are a huge expense for them. They live on £8 a week, so a lot of that will go to them, but also to our younger children who are just being introduced to rugby in their PE lessons, and can have some boots and have some kit so that they can really experience what it's like to kind of play rugby. Yeah, so we'll be going to a wide range of our projects, so yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And the Foundation has already impacted over 60,000 people in the local community this year alone. And finally, tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the Foundation and what you might say to anyone wanting to get stuck in.
Yeah, sure. So for me, I've been at the Foundation about 6 months now. After finishing university, I knew I wanted to work in community sport and this sport for kind of development area. Because sport can have such a huge impact in people's lives, and you don't have to work at the Foundation to have an impact. We have an amazing range of volunteers that help out here. For example, on a Monday night we have our disability hub. So yeah, if you want to get involved, donate or ask about volunteering, because we're always in need of volunteers and people to help out.
Oh, Amy, thank you so much. If you're coming down this weekend, today or tomorrow for the men's game, please do bring your old kit with you and support the Saracens Foundation.
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
Born for this.
Would you ride off the reigning champions?
Generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Hellyfield scores all try.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now. Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes and the Black Ferns. Although Elijah's so tough, can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, who will history remember?
Welcome back. We are getting ever closer to kick-off, and there's just enough time then, Jess, to look at some of the big players today, some of the speedsters we're looking at, your forte, and we're starting with the top try scorer this season in the PWR, Millie David. Pure pace, pure gas, burst onto the scene this season. You can see some of the best bits here. Just talk to her, talk to us a bit more about what she brings to the party.
Yeah, so you can see here that Bristol like to play. They don't want to kick out probably from anywhere, and I think they just give their wingers that opportunity to just go and have a go, and I think she does very well, outstanding well to finish this try here against Loughborough. You can tell she's got a lot of wheels on her, and that she has that determination to finish, which I think is really crucial as a winger. See here as well, like she actually has that physicality and that determination to get over the line, which I think is really important as a winger. You're not just there to like jot the ball down, you have to fight sometimes to get it over the try line. And then here obviously you can see when Sarries last played them at Ashton Gate, like maybe our defence was a bit shaky there. Alicia just coming back into the 15s game probably would make that tackle now, but yeah, she's got electric pace, great feet, and yeah, an outstanding finisher, and I think it shows being top try scorer, and I'm sure it's someone that John Mitchell will be looking for in the future, maybe even sooner than we think. But yeah, I think she's done really well, and I think she's just got a lot of confidence. You can see with that how she plays. I think that's really crucial in a winger's ability to finish. You have to be able to back yourself and think that you're faster than the person's in front of you, and I think she definitely does that well.
Someone else that does that then is Alicia Corrigan. Out and out speed, but also very good at putting others into space and creating opportunities as well as that defensive work.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the difference between Millie and Alicia, and I think you'll see that today. Alicia's a workhorse, not saying Millie isn't, but I think Alicia likes the grittiness of rugby. Like here you can see her winning a turnover, which isn't normally a winger's role, but she likes to get ahead there, get involved in the game, and you can see here again like a lot of open space. Again, this was probably her first game back into 15, so maybe a bit of like rawness, but getting caught, but I think she got us on the front foot, and I think yeah, a deadly finisher as well, but I think she just brings something a bit different to what Millie brings to the team, and something that I think Bristol definitely need to be wary of. She has the nous of the rugby rugby ability and wants to get over that try line, as well as putting the team in the best place by feeding the ball to other people.
That initial acceleration, like we saw in that Loughborough game here with this try, that first try back in Saracens colours, and you can see the celebration there with May Campbell as well. Two players that are going to be big parts of the game today, whichever way it goes for their sides. But two other people that are going to be hugely involved are the coaches. Lucy caught up with Bristol Bears head coach Dave Ward and Saracens Women's Director of Rugby, Alex Osterbury.
Dave, thanks for joining me. You must be coming into this full of confidence off the back of 4 wins on the bounce. How's the feeling in the Bears camp?
Yeah, it's been great, to be honest. I think we'd have liked it to be 4 wins in a row, but we've gone kind of 2 weeks on, week off, another 2 wins, and I think, like I said, it's great to get those wins. We want to build on that momentum today, but we know how tough the task is going to be.
And there's not much separating Bears and Sarries in the table, 4th v 5th, just a couple of points. What's going to be the key in getting the win over Sarries today?
Yeah, I think there's no sort of magic formula, unfortunately. It's going to be the team that's most accurate with the ball, and then the team that puts the most pressure on when they haven't got the ball. And I think both teams will look to do that from minute 1 to minute 81. You see both squads today; they're full of talent, full of international class, and we're hoping for an excellent game.
And inclusive of today, over the next 3 weeks, you take on 3 of the current top 4 teams. So how will you look to keep the momentum going with some tough fixtures coming up?
Yeah, I think that the easy one is to obviously block this one off as a bit of a one-off, head into Christmas, enjoy some time with our families, and then obviously, yeah, like you say, we've got Gloucester, Hartpury and Exeter back-to-back, so we've got a little plan for the new year, and the girls know how hard that's going to be with 7 games in a row. Today is a bit of a one-off occasion to just absolutely give it your all. I said to the girls at the end, I'll carry them off if I have to, but just make sure they give it their all.
Lovely, best of luck, Dave, thank you.
No worries, thank you.
Alex Osterbury, thank you so much for joining me. It was a tough defeat last week to Gloucester Hartpury, but what were some of the key learnings that you took from that match?
You can't concede that many points, so ultimately you're not going to win games of rugby if your defence isn't better, so it's certainly something that we've had to readdress this week, and hopefully we'll see that come to fruition against a Bristol team that we know like to attack.
And speaking of liking to attack, they are currently the top try scorers in the league, closely followed by Sarries in joint second. So what will you be looking to do defensively today to shut down the Bears' attack?
Look, they like to keep the ball in hand, they like to play. Again, defending's not overly complicated. You've got to make your tackles, you've got to make sure you manage the space as often as you can. And if you do get line breaks, then your scramble D's got to be up there. So it's about working hard, working early and making sure we complete our tackles and cause that to be a real area of competition.
And finally, Zoe Harrison makes her 100th appearance today for Sarries. She's joined that 100 club. She had a fantastic performance last week. A word on what Zoe brings to the side.
Yeah, look, we just had a little presentation to Zoe there. An incredible leader, a real high talented player, and we've had the pleasure of working with her for a long time, since she's like 14, 15, and seeing the growth and development of her as a player and as a person it's been nice to watch firsthand. And I think the really exciting bit is that at 26 years old, there's many more things that she can go on and achieve in the game and in a Saracens shirt.
Lovely, thank you, Alex, best of luck.
Thank you.
Oh! I don't want to around. I don't need Evans.
This, then I'll say number 2, Brandon.
Good job. That was amazing. You smashed that.
Number 1, McKinley Hunt.
Number 2, Brandon Phil.
Number 3, Kelsey Clifford.
Number 4, Rosie Gallagher.
Number 5, Georgian Evans.
Number 6, Maine Campbell.
Number 7, Marley Pecker.
Number 8, Gabby Sent.
Number 9, Ella Vieves. Number 10, Zoe Harrison.
Number 11, Lottie Sharp.
Number 12, Emma Hardy.
Number 13, Sydney Gregson.
Number 14, Alicia Corrigan.
15, Sarah Mamaragana.
Well, it was fantastic then to see the people from across the Saracens Foundation getting involved in the Teams Up video there. Jess, I particularly enjoyed the little wiggle at the end there on McKenna's name, adding some fun to proceedings.
Yeah, definitely. Super cute for the girls to get their names read out, and then obviously for the foundation to be part of this special game. So yeah, definitely a fantastic contribution from the whole club.
A really special occasion here for both teams. Rain started coming down. It's also started being pretty chilly, I have to say. I think both of us are trying to find extra layers up here already.
Yeah, definitely. I have got a Christmas jumper on, but Harry has got a Christmas shirt on, so I think he'll probably be chillier than I will be.
I am a little bit. Let's look at the games this weekend then. Well, Sale Sharks women are kicking off at the same time as this one against Loughborough Lightning at the Corpac Stadium. And that's a biggie down in Devon, isn't it? Exeter Chiefs women against Gloucester Hartpury at 3 p.m. Then obviously this one, 4th versus 5th. The winner will be in the playoff places at Christmas. Could go to second place as well, dependent on results.
Yeah, definitely. And then you've got Exeter versus Gloucester, which I think will be a massive game. Massive game. A super exciting game as well.
It really is. Let's look at the league table. Chiefs, well, they're top of the table. They've not lost a game, but one defeat, and it's suddenly so tight between those top 5 teams. There's nothing in it at all, is there?
Yeah, no, nothing at all. I think the top 5 is really close at the moment. And I think it makes it exciting. Like, we want an exciting league, and we want there to be, like, you don't know who's going to be in the top 4 or not. So I think, yeah, it's definitely exciting. But obviously, as a Sarries girly and team, we want to be in that top 4 quite securely. Well, speaking of that Sarries team, then let's have a little look at the squads. Starting then with the host, the big news, Bryony Field in at hooker, May Campbell moving to 6 alongside co-captain Marley Packer and number 8 Gabrielle Senft. Ella Vivas at 9, Harrison for her 100th at 10, and Lottie Sharp coming back in to the side to take her place on the left wing. And what of the Bears then? Well, this is a side packed with talent. Holly Aitchison and Zoe Harrison head-to-head at fly half. That's an England battle. And Courtney Keat will a makeshift 13 with their injury crisis. And Hannah Bottoman, well, she knows this place well, as does Aitchison. She comes back in to start this weekend alongside Delaney Burns and Renika Bonner returning from Sevens duty. That's another speedster who we've not mentioned yet today. Yeah, definitely. I think the back 3 is something that I am really looking forward to on both teams. Obviously, it's the position that I'm involved in, but both have strike runners, and I think it's definitely where we hopefully will get some running rugby if the rain stays away. Well, hopefully the rain does abate. It's falling and blowing and pretty much going in every possible direction it can at the moment. You can see there that flag being waved all about the place. Decent, healthy crowd in for this one, this Christmas cracker of a game. Abby Ward saying pre-match that this one was that Christmas game last season, and Bristol were disappointed about how it went. Well, they got their revenge come semi-final time. Saracens, well, they've settled the score somewhat, spoiling the Bears' big double-header day at Ashton Gate earlier in the season. And the Bears will be determined to repay the favour today. Jess, it's tight. You look at the head-to-head between these two sides. The last 5 meetings, Saracens 3-2 up. But quickly, before we talk about that, here come the Bears then, making their way out onto the field, led by Abby Ward. You can see there Alicia Joyce Butchers, absolute menace at the breakdown, as is that lady on your screen, Abby Ward. This is going to be a phenomenal occasion. And now here, coming out for her 100th appearance, is fly half Zoe Harrison. I think she was too quick. That's probably the fastest Zoe's ever run. Missed the cameras, which I'm sure she'll be sad about that no one can see that again. But yeah, running out with a great big grin on her face. I think she'll definitely be excited for this game. A great head-to-head with her England teammate Holly Aitchison. So I think, yeah, it'll be super exciting. And yeah, I know she's raring to go. She really is raring to go. She spoke to her in the week. She said, obviously she wants to win every game, but she wanted to make sure she won this one especially. It's that championship mentality, and you can see there the Bears in their huddle, Saracens with the mascots.
And you can see coming up onto your screen soon will be our referee today, Owen Taylor.
Yeah, you can see the difference in the two teams. Bristol in a huddle, maybe getting us to wait a bit, and then Saracens come out, hit some bags if you want, and then get ready for the game. So I think it's a different mindset shift from both teams. I think as a home team, you always want the other opposition to wait, and so that's why you always come out second. But obviously they've gone into the huddle and now making Saracens wait. But I think some mind games early on in the game, even before we've kicked off, which is always super exciting.
And well, just to add to the drama before the game gets underway, just a slight delay whilst we wait for the referee to turn his microphone on so we can hear what he's saying throughout the afternoon. You can see there, just making sure it's all okay. So there will be a slight delay to kick off, and whilst there is that delay, and we see if we can get the ref comms in, Jess, we talked about that back three battle. You can see Holly Aitchison there just waiting, seeing there's going to be a slight delay. That front row battle as well. I know it's not exactly your forte, but Hunt, Field, Clifford against Bottomon, Davis, Byrne. It's all international there, and that is going to be another ferocious contest.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, Harry, it's not my forte, but the forwards have to do the hard work to get the backs on the front foot to give some running rugby. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a tough battle. I think, again, some mind games probably within the front row, but something that I think the props and the hookers really look forward to, which I think is really good. I know that our front row work really hard, and I'm sure so do Bristol. Yeah, I think maybe the players are getting a bit impatient about this ref's mic.
Well, it sounds like we might have ref comms. We've had a slight delay. But it looks like we're ready to go now. If we don't get the comms, we will try and get those fixed at half-time for you. But in the meantime, we are ready to get underway. And Holly Aitchison, that slight delay, gets it into the hands there of Virvas. And no mistake there from the scrum half. Not taking any chances, hammering that one straight into touch early doors. And a first opportunity at line-out time then for Lark, Atkin, Davis. Well, we talked about a bit of a confusion at kick-off, Jess. There's a little bit of a kick-off confusion there as well. Bristol going through the line-out process, and their hooker was busy mopping up the ball already. Yeah,
I think Rosie put a lot of pressure on the line-out, but they've gone for the front ball, which I think is really sneaky. Great pressure there on Holly Aitchison by Bryony Field.
Big shot coming in there, as you said, from Bryony Field. Bears, they took that one quickly. Exciting play early doors from both of these sides, and the other thing we will be looking to bring for you today as well is some more in-game statistics throughout the match. Brought that in against Loughborough last week, and it gives you at home the opportunity to see how the game is unfolding, why it's unfolding the way it is, and potentially, if coaches are watching the stream, a little bit of a nightmare when they look at the penalty and turnover counts as well. And there is one of those penalties, not rolling away. An opportunity for Bears to get into that Sarries territory. It's something Alex Osterbury said pre-match they needed to work on this week.
Absolutely. I actually think that's quite a harsh penalty there on Lottie Clapp, but you could see that Bristol were really trying to drive into that short side of the Saracens' defence, which maybe was within their game plan, or I think Bristol were definitely a structured team, so I'm sure hitting Holly early has maybe made them go into a different structure, which I think probably is Saracens' game plan.
Let's see what happens here then at line-out time. It was a quick one at the front last time from the Bears. Are they going to go? Yes, they do this time. They go aerial, and Rowe Marston Mulhern gets her mitts on it at the back of that maul. The Bears, for all of that prowess in the back line, are a side that love to be physical up front. It turned that semi-final for them last season, and they're looking to get the maul moving here early doors. Lucy Burgess just controlling things, but Saracens have got themselves in there, a combination of Galligan and Clifford doing the job for their side, and that's a big early moment for the hosts there, Jess.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely a bit of a mindset shift. I think Bristol want to play the ball, and I think if we can negate that within their driving wheel, it's definitely something that we'll look to do. And then I think, like we said, this is going to be a really big scrum. We've looked at both the front rows. But if you see this replay on, you can see that Georgia's in there. She hasn't changed her bind, which is really crucial. So it means that she can stay in that position and not allow Bristol to play the ball. Looking at this scrum, it's the Saracens put in, and I think it'll be a really big battle.
Let's see what happens here then at the scrum. The Bears are getting the shove on, and Senft has to pick up and has to roll and get herself away from danger quickly. She does that, but Saracens offside, penalty conceded, and the Bears continuing to put the pressure on early doors here in and around that Saracens 22.
Yeah, I think that's just like silly, simple mistakes that we're making. Like, I think we know what we need to do there, and if I'm honest, I'm not really sure what even happened. So I think it's crucial that we get out of those areas, because now they're in our 22.
You can see here, Senft did really well at the base, and then the ball, Vivas looked to get it moving quickly. A little bit of confusion, and a bouncing ball bounces off of Gallagher and then picked up from an offside position by Campbell. It's given the Bears this opportunity then, and Marston Mulhern is spinning and weaving up towards the line. Bears being clever and cute with how they're operating at line-out time early doors here. Nothing clever about that though, that's just route one from Hannah Bottoman and from Marston Mulhern. It's what they do best. The Bears, their top try scorers in the league for a reason, but Saracens holding firm at the moment.
You guys probably can't see on the wide angle, but you can see that four of the Bristol back three are all stacked behind each other, behind the breakdown. So I think, this is maybe something where they'll decide which way to go when they get the momentum from a good carry, and hopefully, not hopefully, go towards the backs. But it might be nice to see some running rugby, even within this rainy conditions.
At the moment though, the Bears are content to go route one. There's three of them still behind that plethora of forwards that Jess mentioned. They're waiting to fan out, but at the moment Gallagher happy to go herself. Another penalty advantage coming, and with that Burgess now going hunting for the ball, but the forwards keep it themselves, find a gap, and it's Rowe, Marston Mulhern, who seemed to find space when there was none available to reach out, ground the ball and put the Bears 5-0 up.
Yeah, I think that comes from Saracens' mistakes, having that ability to just get out of this area. But I think it's good patience for Bristol, keeping that picking and going. That was a mouthful. But good patience. But you could definitely see that the backs had something up their sleeves. I'm sure Saracens will be looking at that as in the coaching box to think what they're going to do next. But Holly Aitchison to add the extra two on a windy condition, rainy condition. She's got Millie Davis holding the ball, which helps, and added the extra two there. So Bristol 7-0 just after 6 minutes played.
It shows you just how windy it is out there. That's a relatively simple kick for someone of the calibre of Holly Aitchison, but still needs Millie David there just to keep that ball firm on the tee. You can see here then this replay, Marston Mulhern saw the gap, saw the space, and eventually managed to weave her way over. Rain is continuing to pour. Harrison wastes no time, and now after that start from the Bears, they go back to type, which is that running game from all over the park. There's Murray, the next to go. Packer takes her down. Evans looks for the turnover, but the Bears survive for now. Aitchison to David. Not much space there for the winger.
Yeah, you can see Sarries are putting a lot of pressure on the breakdown, potentially to slow their ball down, because I think Bristol like quick ball to keep their momentum and keep their phase play going.
Aitchison then has spotted a gap and gone. Holly Aitchison is through. She's got Sarah Byrne on her inside, and Sarah Byrne, front row, should not be able to run as quickly as she can, but she's up into the 22. There's space and opportunity here, and a penalty coming for the Bears and a card coming for Saracens as well. And Zoe Harrison, well, she looks aghast at that one, but she is off for 10 minutes, and Bristol really hammering home the advantage here. Jess, we'll talk about the decision in a minute, but let's talk about this break from Aitchison and the pace from Byrne.
Yeah, a great break there from Holly Aitchison, and then Burner, great support line. I'm unsure on this decision. You can't extra roll there on the floor, which should have been a penalty actually towards Saracens, so I'm unsure to why actually Zoe Harrison did get a yellow card. Yes, some people in the comments might think that I'm biased, but I think we've been done a couple of times in games for that extra roll, because it gives the jackal opportunity, it doesn't give you an opportunity to jackal, so I'm sure Zoe is also as confused as maybe I am.
All we know for the moment though is that Bristol have the upper hand and they have a player advantage. And now the rolling maul trundling forward. Atkin Davis has it in her hands. The Bears having to go searching there. Saracens making a meal of it again. But they've recovered it well. And there's Gallagher. One of the players of the season last year, Evie Gallagher. So much unsung work. But Saracens, well, I have to say that seems like a bit of a harsh call there. They came through the middle of the ruck, but the referee has said from an offside position, and Bears 5 metres out. You suspect, as Aitchison has done there, Jess, that they're going to go straight to the corner and look to use that maul again, because it's been deadly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually still fuming about that yellow card. Sorry, Harry, I need to probably get my mindset back on. But yeah, another line-out opportunity for Bristol on the 5 metre line. I'm sure we'll see probably another drive, front ball hitting Alicia. But I think Saris did really well to negate the initial shove, which I think is really important.
Saracens, though, unable to stop Atkin Davis as she wrestles her way through, and Gallagher again, Scotland international, looking to free the hands. Byrne there to help her, and Saracens, they're looking to power forward, but Marston Mulhern has another go, is eventually hauled down by Campbell. Byrne again, and Burns having a look for it. 10 minutes on the clock. Saracens have barely had a sniff so far. It's been all Bristol as Bottomon goes again. Campbell competes, doesn't quite manage to hold on, and now the Bears inch closer again, happy to keep it tight. And now they spin it. Burgess, Murray, weaving, looking for the try, and she's inches away now, Phoebe Murray. But Bears, no doubt about it, second time round, and it's the skipper, Abby Ward, who goes over. 10 minutes on the clock. Bristol, 2 tries to the good. And in that resplendent white kit, they are dreaming of a white Christmas and 4 points at least early doors here. The Bears, Jess, they are flying in these opening minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. If there was a camera on me, Matt, now I would look so depressed and I'd look like I'm the Grinch from Christmas. I think, it's tough for Sarri. It's a tough first 11 minutes for us. I think here you see Phoebe actually put her head down, which actually if I was the Bristol coaching staff, I'd probably would have wanted her to pass the ball out wide. But yeah, they did well to recycle the ball, and then you see Abby Ward go over, and then Holly has added the extra 2 on a windy day, which is really good. And hopefully Sarries can just get their act together, get a shift on, and hopefully just maintain the bit of ball. I think that's what we need. Bristol love having the ball, so I think if we have the ability to keep ball a bit more, I think then maybe we can get on the front foot.
They've barely had a sniff so far, Saracens, and with Harrison off the field, it's going to have to be one of McKenna or Virvash, you would imagine. Probably McKenna stepping up to take this restart for her side. Saracens have got to just ride this storm, Jess, because at the moment it's relentless from Bristol.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely got to ride the storm. The weather probably isn't great, but I think, like we say, it's the same for both teams. We've obviously got a game plan on the restart, going deep into the corner. Hopefully we can get some line speed here and force some errors on the Bristol team.
Well, Bristol are happy to keep coming at pace. If you weren't with us at the start of the show, we have had a slight issue with being able to hear our referee today, so we'll see if we can get that fixed for you for the second half. But for the moment, Bristol, well, they were looking to come forward. That's the first error they have made in 12 and a half minutes. A knock on there. A little bit of pleasantries between former teammates there, Bottoman and Viervas. They are friends off the pitch, trust us, still.
Yeah, that was good from Saracens. I think we just need to keep our composure, and just keep pressure on Bristol when they have the ball. They're a team, like I said, that enjoy running rugby. So in weather conditions like this, if you pressurise the ball carrier or the pass, then I think hopefully they would make some mistakes. But Bristol were doing really well. Obviously, I'm trying not to be biased. And they're doing really well with ball in hand and getting the ball to the edge and allowing people just to have a run, and they're making really good meters, which I think is really good for them. And we just see, I think it's Marley Packer down at the moment, so we've just had time off by the ref, and I think both teams are having some conversations probably from both the coaches' boxes through the water carriers.
Well, speaking of water carriers, whilst we've got this little bit of time off with Packer down, Duncan Taylor there running the water for Saracens alongside Nate Smith, who's part of that backroom team. But Jess, we'll be hearing from Duncan shortly. It'll be interesting to see what he has to make of it. But what's he like as a coach? Because he seems like somebody that just gets it.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, he's played the game at high levels, both here at Saracens as well as Scotland. So, yeah, he's definitely someone that shows and gives us the intel of how we want to play. And I think he's actually such a nice man, which I think is really crucial in a coaching staff. And yeah, he's just an amazing human, and I think he's really helped adapt us as a backline and our attacking rugby.
Well, Marley Packer then, that looks like an HIA for the moment, the co-captain leaving the field, and Louise McMillan coming on in her place. So you can see there a little bit of movement for Saracens in that Georgia Evans has gone out into the back row, McMillan come in to the row, and a first opportunity finally for Saracens with ball in hand in Bear territory. But first, they've got to get this scrum going, and Bristol, they're going after Saracens at scrum time, but Corrigan, well, she palms her way through that first contact, and Saracens, well, they've got the penalty advantage for not rolling away, and now Viervas can get her hands on the ball to Senft. Driving up to that 22, Gabby Senft. And now Viervas, McKenna stepping in at first receiver, Campbell. She's done so well there, May Campbell, to get through that tackle. Advantage still coming. And then you can see, we might not be able to hear the referee, but you can see what he has said there. No advantage coming. Rolling on the floor, so we'll come back for that penalty right in front of the sticks. And Saracens, Jess, you'd imagine without their primary kicker on the field right now, well, taking the words out of my mouth already, McKenna's gone to touch, and I tell you what, Sarah McKenna could not have put that any sweeter. 5 metres out, first chance here for Saracens.
I'm sure she wanted to do it quite quickly, less pressure. I think if everyone came around her, what do you want to do, I think then that would make it a harder decision. But yeah, just got the ball in her hand and just kicked the touch and took us on the 5 metre line, which I think is really good. I think you saw from that scrum actually really good patience and detail. Like, you've obviously lost your playmaker in Zoe Harrison, and actually putting Alicia there just to get some momentum, get the ball carrying and going, I think it's really good. And then yeah, we've got Bryony Field getting the line out to Gabby. Hopefully we get a good driving maul here, and
here we go then with the maul. It's trundling forwards, it's in the hands of May Campbell. It's down from May Campbell. Saracens, they needed the instant response. They found it with a player in the bin, and May Campbell, well, she can't stop scoring. If Millie David has gone 11 in 8, Campbell, well, she's just hit her 9th in 9. Incredible numbers there for, we're going to call her this now, the hooker comeback row, because she's played both positions.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's really good patience from Saris here. We've obviously a player down, and actually, like I said previously, we just need ball in hand and put Bristol on the back foot, which I think we did there, and it just shows that we can also play good rugby. We just need the ball, like any team really, and I think we need to put pressure on Bristol when they have the ball. you can see here Sarah McKenna going for the conversion. I'm sure this isn't something that she practiced in the warm-up, but it's good that we have the ability that in the back line we have players that can also convert, hopefully.
It's a lovely effort from Sarah McKenna. She may not be Saracens' regular kicker, but with that kick to touch and then that conversion there, doing the job for her side, pulls them back within a score. And Jess, I know again it's not exactly your forte, but it's certainly one of Saracens' key traits. This is just textbook.
Yeah, definitely. The forwards work really hard on the driving ball, and I think it gives us momentum and it gives us that go forward, which I think is really important. There you can see Sarah McKenna catching the ball on the full, and you can see that it's just gone out just into Bristol's half, which is a massive boot on her, and it puts a bit more pressure on Bristol, and hopefully we can put some pressure on this line out and get an opportunity to get the ball back into our hands.
It's a lovely kick from Sarah McKenna. It puts the pressure on. More importantly as well, though, it ticks the clock down for both of these sides. The Bears, they want to keep the ball moving. Saracens, they want to get themselves through this period. And Marston Mulhern, well, she wanted to get through the gap. She's rode the first tackle. Campbell eventually gets her to ground, and now Bristol build again. Aitchison, Murray, Joyce butchers to David, who gets the offload away. This is lovely interlinking from the Bears. Burgess.
Great line speed there.
And Bottoman, well, you can see she's picked it up so that it will come back from the scrum, but the moment that Hannah Bottoman dropped the ball, she was already shouting in frustration at herself whilst continuing to wander forwards. Disappointing there for Bristol, a let off for Saracens, and just played with Hannah here, you've played with her for England. It's something you don't normally see from her and Sarah Byrne. Someone said earlier on the stream that Sarah Byrne should be told to rescind her membership from the Front Row Club after that break. Hannah Bottoman is someone else that's probably quite close to that limit.
Yeah, definitely. They're people that when you're in the backfield you do not want seeing making a break, because they have footwork, they have pace, and they also have power, which I think is the new generation of props, which I think is really exciting. And yeah, it's a very unlikely mistake there from Hannah to drop the ball. And you can see we've just got a free kick there from the scrum, and Sarries decide to go quick. And then McKenna looking for that 50-22.
That is a booming boot from Sarah McKenna. That is exquisite from Sarah McKenna. And Zoe Harrison returns to the field. She is coming back into an incredible attacking opportunity for herself. But it's not quite the 50-22. It's going to be a Bristol line out. But for the moment at least, Saracens getting themselves back into the right parts of the field. You can see the replay here.
Yeah, I think the touchy just realised that McKenna was in our half, and yeah, it is a 50-22. So a great attacking opportunity for Saracens here. Not quite on the 5 metre line, but I'm sure the forwards have got something up their sleeve to get us over and get us some momentum.
Well, the line-out has to function first of all, though, and sadly it hasn't there. Bristol coming away with it, but then Saracens winning themselves the penalty. Georgia Evans celebrating, and a chance for Harrison to put this one deep into the corner. 20 minutes in, Jess, it's been a really good game so far, this one.
Yeah, definitely, super exciting. It makes me want to get on there and play. The weather not so much, but yeah, it's super exciting. I think Bristol definitely had the momentum in the first 10 minutes. I would say Saracens are a team that do maybe stay in the changing room for a couple more minutes than we maybe should at the start of a game, but hopefully we've got a bit of momentum now here and we can maybe get some more points on the board.
Line out needs to function, it does at the front. McMillan still on, Packer leaving us early doors, and now Saracens trundling forward. Field inches away, another penalty advantage coming. Viervas wants the support, finds it from Senft. Route one from her, Clifford. Saracens, well, they're not inches, they're millimetres away, and McKinley Hunt has a look. Referee says it's short originally, and now, well, he's having a look, speaking to his AR. Sadly, we can't quite hear what he has to say yet, but as far as he's concerned, it is a try. McKinley Hunt has another for her side, and Saracens, there was a bit of confusion there initially. but you don't stop McKinley Hunt from that sort of range. Saracens, they were 2 tries down. They've now got a conversion to draw themselves level.
I'm surprised McKenna hasn't offered Zoe to take this conversion, actually.
But you never know. Let's have a look at this replay then. It's the maul again that does the damage for Saracens, and that transition of the ball from Campbell to field was absolutely textbook. Penalty advantage came, and after a really good carry from Senft, it was her Canadian international colleague McKinley Hunt who found the score. Harrison has then converted to a level at 14 apiece. And well, this game is turning into a real Christmas cracker so far.
How many times do you reckon you're going to make that joke, Harry?
You say that, Jess. I've got a list of Christmas puns. I'm going to see how many I can get in throughout the rest of the game. What we do know for the moment, though, is this is living up to the hype. It's 14 points apiece. Bristol, after their fast start, now need to respond. Saracens then controlling it well from the restart. They're getting wrapped up though by Ward and Byrne, and Campbell has to fight to get to ground, which she does. And Viervas then is waiting, taking her time, getting the ball into the air, and that one is a competitive one. Sharp nearly gets herself under it, and in the end it's bouncing all over the place. It's gone backwards though, so now David carrying into contact, but Saracens with the penalty, holding on the cool, and they are starting to grow into this game.
Yeah, when I saw Millie get that ball there, I thought, ooh, better put some pressure on her, because it was a bit of open field, which I'm sure she loves and gets excited to see. So yeah, penalty one there by Kelsey Clifford. Great pressure. I think we see Marley Packer here on the track, just warming up. So hopefully she passed her HIA and can come back on. But Lou McMillan's done a good job for the 10-minute stint, so it's nice to see that when someone does come off, we can have a good player come off the bench and not change much into the team.
Well, there's a line out coming up here, but we can also hear from Saracens is Duncan Taylor. He's pitch side with Lucy.
Yes, I am with Duncan Taylor. Duncan, thank you for chatting to me. This first patch of the game has been a bit of a tale of two halves, a really slow start for Sarries.
Yeah, it has. It's been, I think it's just been a roller coaster of discipline, to be honest. We gave away, 7 or 8 penalties in that first 10 minutes and paid the price for it. Bristol took advantage of their momentum when they had it. Now they've given away sort of 5 or 6 penalties on the bounce, and we're taking advantage of that momentum at the minute as well. So you're right, it's been a tale of two halves as far as 23 minutes is concerned. Yeah.
And we know that Bears are really attacking side. They love to really hit the game hard. How are you going to shut them down for the rest of this first half?
We just have to stay laser focused. You see what happens if you just switch off against this team for a minute. They can go 80 minutes and score a try. So we've got to be laser focused. We've got to be in every single moment of every play and make sure that we're switched on and we keep each other energised through those moments. And then we'll get our chance. We'll get our chance to make sure that we take advantage of the opportunities when we do. If we don't, that's when we get punished against a team like Bristol.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the game. Harry, back over to you on commentary.
Perfect timing there from Lucy. Great to hear the thoughts of Duncan Taylor with his side. Well, they are building up a head of steam at the moment. The line-out doesn't quite go to plan, but Viervas has tidied it up. And Saracens building again with Hunt. There's space and opportunity. Saracens are switching the play. Harrison is wrapped up, so she gets the ball away to McKenna, but it's drifted forwards under pressure.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there. I think the lineup didn't function maybe as well as we wanted to. Marley Packer back on there from the HIA substitution. So yeah, hopefully she's had a good 10-minute rest and can give us some momentum that we need in the last 15 minutes.
Well, there is that change, as you said. McMillan coming off, Packer back on. A good shift from McMillan whilst she was on the field. And Bristol then, after that forward pass, with a scrum deep in their territory. We also saw Duncan Taylor there just from doing his media duties, back on chief cheerleader duties as well, with a high five from McMillan as she made her way off of the pitch.
That is something that Duncan Taylor absolutely loves, is a high five. Inside knowledge, he loves a high five. Whenever you want, he'll give you a high five.
Well, the Bristol front row are going to be giving themselves high fives there. Duncan Taylor maybe not so at the moment. Big penalty for them. They needed that. They were in the proverbial coffin corner, but they now have an opportunity with Aitchison to clear their lines. That one, though, has been kept in really well in the backfield, and Harrison with the check, the show and the go. She said she wanted to add more running rugby to her play this season, and she's shown it there. Viervas. Campbell now knows one way only, May Campbell, and that is forwards into contact. Ball over the top, Corrigan, but she had to wait for that, but she's managed to buffet David away. And now they are drawing the penalty. Jess, we might not have ref mics, but we don't need them because we can hear you calling them perfectly there. Off feet, saw that one early doors, and Saracens turning the pressure round in their favour.
That's always a tough one when you see the ball there kind of open and you want to go for the turnover. You've got to stay on your feet to be able to win that penalty for your team, and you can see Rowena Marston didn't, so yeah, gave a penalty away, which obviously unfortunate for Bristol, but puts Saracens in a really good position to have another line-out opportunity.
Line-out opportunity coming here. A bit of time off first, though, with a Bristol player down in the backfield, just receiving a little bit of treatment. Sarah Byrne is down. And now an important moment for both of these teams, potentially an important moment for us, because we might be able to get ref comms back. If we can, we will be able to let you know. But Byrne at the moment is stretching out there, looking in a little bit of discomfort, and that could be a worry for the Bears. She's made of strong stuff though, Sarah Byrne. I'm sure she'll be back up on her feet and raring to go in no time, Jess.
Yeah, definitely. Sarah Byrne is someone that defines determination. I think she's overcome a lot of injuries, and I'm sure she won't want to come off this early on the pitch. We've got ref mic. So for those that are watching at home, the ref mic is now working. I'm sure you can hear him just saying let him get dressed, and then they'll get back playing again. So that's exciting for everyone. So now we'll know why penalties for and against both teams are being allowed, and yeah, back on it with a line-up for Saracens just in the Bristol 22.
And a big moment here for Saracens as well. Field, well, the line out, it doesn't work again. It's been a bit of a kryptonite at times for Saracens, and Bristol, they breathe a heavy sigh of relief coming away with the ball, and now, well, they very rarely kick it to the Bears, so let's expect here some running rugby, some big carries, and a big shot coming in from Packer. And Aitchison there, just controlling things, pulled down. You can hear Bristol shouting they're all offside, wanting to try and draw the penalty and get themselves out of this dangerous place on the field. But the referee having none of it so far. Jess, it's nice to hear what's going on the field again, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know what was going on for the last 27 minutes, and now I do, which is super exciting. So yeah, it's really nice to hear the ref's mic.
Right back in the mix with us then. We've got 31 people on the field that we can now hear.
If I hear your voice again.
And well, speaking of hearing the ref there, he's making a list and checking it twice, and well, looks like it was Renika Bonner there, might be ending up on his naughty list for continuing to talk back to him throughout the half so far. Bears go aerial then. Harrison tidies up. And Viervas.
I don't think Renika Bonner will be getting much for Christmas.
Whoa, Clifford then. Clifford goes. Kelsey Clifford with one of the individual scores of the season. She caught everybody by surprise. She was running in a winter wonderland, and Kelsey Clifford, well, anything Sarah Byrne can do, Kelsey Clifford can do better. Take that. She's laughing, she's smiling to herself, but Saracens hit the front, Jess. They've hit the front in spectacular
fashion. I know you said front row isn't your forte, but making breaks like this is. Talk us through it.
God, absolutely. I've taught her everything she knows, that girl. Great carry, great leg drive there to get past Rowan Marston, and then to get that ball transfer, that fend on Holly Aitchison, and that determination to just get over that line and dive over. Sensational. Sorry, but the last time I was on comms, she was definitely my player of the match, and she's doing a good job to maybe get it again. But I did tell her, sorry, Kels, I can't give it to her twice. So someone else better be getting up their either try scoring ability or their play to get a nomination.
Well, Harrison has converted. It's 21-14 to Saracens. One of the interesting stats to bring you, it might have changed around in the last couple of minutes, but it's all been Bristol in terms of possession and territory. And we might be able to bring you it. In fact, we can bring you it now. Jess, look at that. 80% possession for Bristol, 69% territory, and yet Saracens find themselves 7 points to the good, having been 14 behind.
Harry, did you get those stats 10 minutes in? Because I do not believe they are the stats now.
It might have changed around a little bit, but it does show you just how much this game has switched and rotated, doesn't it? As there's a knock-on there and an opportunity for Bristol to come straight back, and then some afters from Campbell and Marston Mulhern. There's a little bit of afters. Packer's getting herself in there. And well, I think this is an opportunity now just to turn down our mics and listen to what the referee has to say, because he's going to be speaking to his officials.
Not now. So we talked about shouting at me, we're all shouting at each other in there, right? We're going to restart with a scrum for the knock-on, all right? Nothing else other than that, okay? Go speak to him, let's just settle down, okay? Come on.
So we had some dramatics there from Rowena Marston. I think May gave her a little shove in the back, but I think she might have done a little footballer's fall there. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a feisty game, don't you think, Harry? Ex-players here from Bristol who used to play at Saracens, so I'm sure there's a lot of heated conversations, I think, going on there. Obviously, the last time Bristol came here beat us in the semi-final, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it's a bit of a feisty game, yeah, and we've still got a lovely 50 minutes and a half time to go.
We've got so much time still to go in this one. It really could be anyone's game, and I think you have to say there, really good decision from our referee, just to want to keep play moving. We don't want there to be any stoppages unless we have to. We don't want players off the pitch unless they have to. It's been such an entertaining game that we want to keep things moving, and at the moment Bristol are doing that at scrum time, and now they look to do the same in attack. The ball, the penalty advantage coming, is tidied up in the back by Bonner.
I think there was a penalty advantage there from the scrum. Obviously not sure personally what that is for, but I'm sure the ref will tell us after if there's a stoppage.
Yeah, I'll move.
Well, they've gone backwards, but they still have the ball. They still have penalty advantage.
Still playing penalty advantage.
And let's see what happens here then. Keat, well, she's a makeshift centre, but she is trucking well in that position so far.
Advantage, second advantage. 2 advantages. Yeah, thanks, mate.
And now they're coming again. Building into the 22 of a penalty advantage, and Aitchison spots a gap. Scragged in contact, she had to be, and we'll come back to the first penalty advantage here, Jess, and it's the response Bristol needed and wanted. It's been a great response from the visitors.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe the momentum has shifted a bit here.
On the 5, just to you, Jess.
Bristol, like I said previously, when they're able to keep the ball, they can keep the ball for a long time, so we just need to not give them that ability to play.
Side entry from 5, disconnect from 1 at the scrum.
And we just need to have a bit more patience, I think, there. Like the scrum, I think it's a bit...
Well, we'll show that line out in a minute, but we can just show this replay of McKenna. She's been pretty sensational so far with boot and with keeping the ball in there, but for the moment she is under pressure here with her team as the Bears look to respond from the maul. And they're motoring forward now. This one looks like it's only going to have one outcome. Lark Atkin-Davis with the score. An opportunity for Aitchison to level it up. And Jess, this is a game that just keeps on giving. We were wondering if we were going to get a festive feast of rugby. Well, we certainly have so far.
Yeah, definitely. Very exciting rugby, which
Sarah,
I think...
That's exactly what we're after at scrum time, all right? You start going forward, they go first, we can penalise them, all right?
you just heard there what happened at the last scrum with on the referee's mic. So yeah, it's definitely a tight game, which I think for all those neutral fans at home will be excited about. But I think us as Saracens, we need to not give penalties away to give them the ability to get into the 22 to get a driving maul going. Probably a more challenging conversion for Holly Aitchison. The last couple have been in front of the post for her, so let's see if she can level the score. Just gone to the left, unfortunately, so Saracens still leading by 2 points.
Saracens then still narrowly in the lead. Aitchison unable to keep up her own 100% record this afternoon. Her and Harrison, interestingly enough, the two most accurate kickers in the league this season. And now Saracens need a response again. They still have the lead. They still have the opportunity. And Bristol have given them one back with that pass drifting into touch. Packer's back on the field, Jess, and well, she's starting to lead the charge in defence again.
Yeah, definitely. I think we need to keep momentum onto our side, and hopefully we can do this with this line out. It's a great attacking set piece. We've got a player down, I think, just on the 10-metre line. I think it's Bryony Field, it looks like, that's down receiving a bit of treatment. Again, a bit like Sarah Byrne, made of tough stuff, Bryony Field, so I'm sure she'll be back up on her feet soon. Not just made of tough stuff, pretty all-round great character, brings the joy, brings that festive spirit and cheer all year round. In her second season at the club now, Jess, and she's one of those big characters in the changing room. Yeah, definitely. She's been a great addition to the team last year, and yeah, great character, always got a smile on her face, gets involved in anything, and I think that's just an attribute to her as a player, and she's a fantastic person to be around. And yeah, if you want to ever smile, if you're ever feeling down, then you just go and find Bryony Field, and she'll give you a little gag or give you a little joke, and you'll be like, oh, that's funny, thanks, and then you'll go away smiling. So hopefully she'll get up and can carry on the game. She is someone that, like you said, looks to bring the joy all the time to proceedings. You can see some of the other Saracens players there on your screen watching it from, I don't blame them, to be honest, Jess. They've gone as far into the back of that main stand as they can to avoid the weather. We're sort of getting a little bit of it hitting us here, not anywhere near as badly as the players on the pitch, but you can also see that on a wider angle of the cameras, if we can get it, that the two teams have gone for a different plan here. Bristol have come in all together, and then Saracens are doing two huddles, one with the forwards and one with the back. So yeah, it just shows that different coaching styles, different teams adapt to stoppages very differently, and I'm sure the forwards were talking about forward stuff and the backs are talking about what move they're about to do off this line out. Well, Field is back to her feet, which is good for her, is good for Saracens, and is good for us as well, because it means we've got 5 more minutes of entertaining rugby to bring you before the break. Field then, her first job is to get this line out working for her side, and it does. Sent to Virvas. Harrison had to stretch a little bit for that one and gets it off to Packer.
Ball's available.
Gallagher carries hard into contact. And now Virvas again to Harrison. Hardy. Summer signing from Loughborough, who has settled well into this side. And Clifford again, fancying a surge forward. Packer looks to free the hands, thinks better of it, and then Harrison with the knock on, the slippery ball, and Byrne tidies it up for her side. You can hear the referee there saying it's carried back in. And Aitchison just second-guessing herself a little bit there, ball in hand. Gets to ground though, and no advantage coming. We'll come back for the scrum. And Bristol then will be looking to use that forward power again and just test Bryony Field out a little bit here, having been down on the ground for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, definitely. A very unlikely mistake there by Zoe Harrison. I think she might have seen a gap before catching the ball, which happens sometimes in rugby. I think you get really excited and you think, oh, maybe there's an opportunity for me to run there. And yeah, just didn't catch the ball. So yeah, it gives Bristol an attacking opportunity. Hopefully not for Sarries, but for us up here, and I'm sure the mutual fans can see some running rugby with the electric back three that Bristol have, and then obviously the electric back three that Sarries have. It'll be, it's a midfield scrum, so this is something that I think everyone gets quite excited about.
That scrum does what it needs to do for the Bears, draws the penalty. Oh, well, Sarah Byrne enjoyed that one, fingers wagging, tongue out celebrating, and she will be happy she's got the upper hand there. A great opportunity for the Bears to get out of jail. They were under pressure, but they're now going to be able to clear those lines with Aitchison.
Sorry, take the 10, please, take the 10.
So we've got a Bristol attacking line out on their 10-metre line.
On your mark, I'll move them.
I'm sure Bristol are excited about that. Like I said, they like to play some structure, so I'm sure they've got something up their sleeve for this line out.
Here we go then. Taken well by Delaney Burns.
Okay, that's once. One, go! Not now, not now, not now. Okay, start using Bristol.
And Bristol being told by the referee they need to use it. They've got a penalty coming. You can hear there, Packer never onside.
Here.
And well, Bristol had thought about taking it quickly. Here's another stat for you, Jess. This has literally just changed again. It was 5-3 on the penalty counts, now 6-3 with Marley Packer there. And turnovers, 2 from Saracens, 4 from the Bears. You can see there where the game has been starting to turn. It's coming around that breakdown with the turnovers. And like Duncan was saying when he spoke to Lucy, the impact of penalties in crucial parts of the field.
That, but you never onside.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're like kind of silly penalties, really, in my eyes. There's something that you can actually negate, like just try and take an extra step back off the breakdown or here off the line out, and just, I think, wait for the ref. Like you have the ability for the ref to communicate with you, and I think they're
good contest in the air, but it's not forward.
Good contest, like he just said, off the line out, and we didn't get an opportunity to see Bristol do a set piece off the line out, but now we have the ability of a scrum.
See what happens here then at scrum time. Pressure on, half ticking away. A minute or so left on our clock, similarly on the stadium clock. They aren't quite aligned, so there may be 10 seconds here or there.
If anybody's looking to get me a Christmas present who's listening, my hands are absolutely freezing. If it's time for Christmas, I'd love a pair of gloves, but hopefully I'll be back on the pitch soon, so maybe not. But yeah, scrum here, mid-fit on the halfway line. We've got a short side on the left-hand side, but a big open space here on the right-hand side. I'm sure Bristol will want to use it. But instead they get a penalty at the scrum again.
Against the head, Byrne celebrating again, and an opportunity right at the end of the half for the Bears to put themselves right down into Saracens territory as that half-time gong sounds. And this half, a bit like this game so far, is going to be going down to the wire. Dave Ward there, a quick shout of come on before he grabs his notepad and gets ready to make his way pitch side. This is going to be a big moment here at the end of this half for both of these sides. Semi-final last year, Bristol scored towards the end of the first half. That shifted the momentum.
Yeah,
Will history repeat itself here?
Definitely. I think we just need to get Bristol to either make a mistake, put pressure on them. I think it would be good for us if we can go up at half-time.
Go!
But here they've got another trundle. They've gone down. You can see the backs wanting to get on the ball, but great pressure there by Alicia. Great line speed to negate their momentum and push them back onto the 22.
Keep moving.
Bristol then coming forwards. Burgess, Aitchison has seen space and she's gone cross-field for Bonner, but it's caught on the breeze. It drifts out, and that is the half-time whistle. Jess, I'm going to let you go because you need to, well, I've been told I'm not allowed to say run, but walk your way slowly across to Lucy to join her at half-time to reflect on what has been a hugely engrossing half of rugby. An incredible contest. The Bears
raced into a 14-0 lead. Saracens hit back with a wonder try from Kelsey Clifford, and then the Bears hit back again. One misconversion, the difference. It's 21-19 in it. 2 points, nothing to separate them, and Jess and Lucy will be bringing you all of the reaction on the other side of this ad break.
Greetings from Premiership Women's Rugby.
It's not often you get to witness the start of history.
Oh, that's a cracker.
The most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely magical.
For Leicester Tigers, they are looking ruthless.
This is how Bristol Bears play their rugby.
Another exceptional score from the Cherry and Whites.
Yeah, you said swap around.
Wearing my Christmas jumper, no one's seen it. So cold.
In our sporting groups project, there are also many games and a sweepstakes taking place in the fan zone to make sure we get involved.
I'm Amber Shannard.
Simi Pam.
Roisin McBrien. I'm a tattoo artist.
I'm a locum doctor.
I help people achieve their financial goals. I'm powered differently.
Differently.
Are we looking at all the tribes?
Lizzie Golden, Sydney Gregson,
Freya Orkin.
I'm a solicitor, I'm a teacher,
I'm a marine biologist. I'm powered differently.
Definitely. Karis Cox,
Lucy Nye.
Isla Curfew.
I'm a registered nurse,
I'm a flight lieutenant in the Royal Air Force.
I work in construction.
I'm powered differently.
Differently.
Welcome back to StoneX Stadium. It is half-time here between Saracens and Bristol Bears, and it is mighty cold, Jess Breach. My shoulders are up by my ears, my lips are blue, but we are having an incredible time. What a first half.
I know, incredible. I think I was getting too excited again on the comms. I'm not sure if I'm going to be invited back again, but no, it was a really good game of rugby. I think it shows some running rugby, some obviously physicality, and I just think it shows that both teams are raring to go and really want to get a win before Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, saying to Duncan Taylor halfway through that first half, it kind of felt like a first half of two halves.
Yeah.
It was all Bristol Bears to start with, and then Saracens came into it towards the back end of the half. I mean, extraordinary play.
It was like a Bristol sandwich, I think. It went Bristol, Sarries, Bristol. So hopefully it will go the other way round in the second half, and it will be a Saracens sandwich, which will hopefully be better for us. But it was really good that we negated that last opportunity that Bristol had to get a try. So I think it's really crucial that we went in up at half time. I think it gives us a bit of momentum, a bit of confidence. But obviously it's a tight game and we need to come out in the second half firing.
Yeah, of course, just 2 points in it. Well, we're going to take a look at every single try that has been scored so far in this game. First up, in the 5th minute, it was a Bristol Bears try by Ronita Marston-Mulhern. Jess, talk us through this.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of patience here, picking and going, and then, yeah, Rowena had the opportunity to get over the line. I think it's a great carry here by the Bristol back row, and then, yeah, Rowena got the opportunity to see the line. So I think, yeah, again, something that I think Bristol are really good at, their patience and keeping ball, and then, yeah, having that ability to sniff out the line, which I think is really good.
Yeah, and I think that it was such a fast start for Bears. It kind of just caught Saracens by surprise.
Yeah,
really.
and then here again, like a show and go from Holly, and I think it's really hard for Zoe to make a decision, but actually Holly passed probably quite early, and then Alicia here helping Zoe out. Again, like on comms, I actually said that this probably should have been a penalty towards Saracens, like you're not allowed an extra roll, and I think Zoe gets done for like slowing the ball down there, which I think is actually an unfortunate penalty. And like I said in the comments, I'm sure I'm going to get hate for that, but I don't agree. And yeah, for someone on their 100th also, it's not very fair, but I'm sure I'm just biased. And then it gave them the opportunity to get back into our 22. And then you can see here Lucy Burgess passing the ball to Phoebe. Again, maybe the ball could have gone out wide, but then a quick recycle of the ball, and you can see the captain, Abby Ward, getting over closer to the post, which on a windy, rainy day today helps Holly Aitchen get the conversion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how big of an impact do you think that penalty had against Zoe Harrison on the side?
I think in a way, actually, it probably helped Sarries. I think we then realised actually, like, we're in this game, we need to have the momentum, we need to get pull our backs on and actually have the opportunity to get in it. And I think you can definitely sometimes have positives from a negative, and I think you definitely saw that shift in the mentality from Sarries. But here showing Abby Ward try again, quick recycle, and then darted over the line, which obviously good for Bristol. But Zoe then getting a card, and here you can see that McKenna put us right in the corner. Obviously not her normal job, and then great ball from Bryony Fields off the line out, and a great driving maul, seeing us get over, which I think is really good with having only 14 people on the pitch and a decision maker, which you always need, but having Sarah McKenna on the pitch as well gives us that ability to know that we've still got someone that can put us into really good places, even if Zoe isn't on the pitch.
Yeah, she really stood up in those few minutes. Not the regular kicker, of course, but really stood up and was counted for the side.
Yeah, definitely. And then you see this 50-22 here, like we say, from McKenna. An absolute hell of a boot. That's probably a worst nightmare for someone in the back three, because you don't think that someone's going to have that chance. And then, puts us in a really good position. We have penalty advantage here. Great carry here by Gabby Senth. Gives that momentum. Another great little pick and go there from Kelsey, and then McKinley Hunt is able to get over the line with the help from the referee's AR, which I think is really good. And you could see both Sarries and Bristol Bears tries have mainly come from the forwards, and I think that's what is probably going to showcase the game today. And their nice little nudge from Zoe on the 15-metre line. And then this is honestly my try of the season. This is such a good try. Great confidence there from Kelsey, just to carry the ball straight. Great leg drive there, and then she sees that she's broken through. Great transfer of the ball. If any kids watching, always transfer the ball to get a fend off, and then took the ability and the momentum to get over the line, and a great dive to finish. And I'm sure she would be absolutely happy with that, and she might have even got a speed PB there.
I mean, talk about pure power and pure gas. She just legged it down right underneath the post. It was exceptional.
Yeah, it was so good. She had great transfer there, fending off Holly Aitchison, and then just head down and headed for the line. She didn't think about anything else, which I think there is actually really good from her, that she has the ability to just carry on going and just have the confidence to think, I'm going to get over this line one way or another.
And the final try then in the 33rd minute, I think it was, Lark Atkin-Davies. Talk us through this, Jess.
Yeah, another great driving maul here from Bristol. I think they got the momentum and they got the corner, which I think is really crucial for a forward driving pack, and then dived over the line, but gave a tricky conversion for Holly, being on the edge in the windy and rainy conditions. So which gave us the ability to go 2 points up into the change rooms at half time.
Yeah, such an entertaining first 40 minutes. Honestly, just hook it into my veins. We've got another 40 minutes, of course, coming up as well. Now, we've seen some of the tries. We're going to try and take a look at some of the stats as well. What kind of picture does this paint, Jess?
Yeah, it paints that Bristol probably had a lot of possession, obviously, that you can see here in the stats. But as Sarries going into the lead with 2 points in the half time, I think shows that we have a bit more in us. We can hold the ball a bit more. And the territory is pretty even, but we need to give less penalties away. Obviously, you can see there we've given 11 penalties away to Bristol 7. So I think if we can get them down, I think we'll be in the game way more and we'll have way more possession.
Yeah, something that Duncan Taylor referenced as well during that first half. Well, it has been nothing but action here at the first 40 minutes, with a big 40 still to come. You've seen all the action on the pitch, but what about off the pitch? Check out our latest Diary Room episode with the sensational Marley Packer.
Hi, I'm Marley Packer, and this is Diary Room, episode 4. Sorry, can't even touch the floor. All right, sorry, let's crack on. So I think like the player house, there's a really good group there. You've got McKinley, quite quirky, unique. You've got Gabby, you've got Fancy, you've got Alicia, you've also got Tori. And they're just a really great group. They just really want what's best for the team. And, you know, they're athletes and they keep striving for the best. And I think, you know, that is at Saracens, like we want players that want to be the best. You know, that's what we're shaping ourselves around. And like we have good social capital as well. We don't always talk about as a club, but I think, you know, they're the moments, they're the non-forced socials that happen and are the ones that, you know, create memories, because memories last a lifetime. And all the times that you're putting the hard work in, whether it's out on the pitch, in the gym, you know, doing the extras, whether it's rehab and prehab, whatever you're doing, it's the memories that you make with the people you're doing it with that ain't forced. And I think that's the really nice thing about this group, that we're creating memories together and it's not just on the pitch. Yeah, it was just really nice. So it started off with us just inviting the house round, and then G and Ella also come. We ended up just going for a mini Christmas dinner, to be fair. We got crackers in, we've got an outside table which has got like a little fire in the middle, so we like did hot marshmallows and to spend time with people away from rugby. And yeah, always rugby chat comes into it, but chat about something different. It was nice.
Well dealt with, Mel. Stay alive, stay alive. Nice.
I think this season Oliver's been about more than he ever has been, and like to me it's everything, because it's like my two worlds are collide. Like Oliver, I love unconditionally and he rocks my world, and then rugby has brought me to this place where who I am now. And I think this season's been really special with him. We've had a lot of Sunday games, which means that actually we've had Friday night team run, which we've not previously done that much before. So Oliver's come to a lot of those pre-game team runs, and you know the girls have been great with him, really accepting within the group. And it was my weekend to have him when we were away at Leicester Tigers, and I get really nervous around the girls, because for me it's performance, everything's performance based. Like we need to get the results out there, and the girls are so welcoming. When we turned up at Tigers, there was a photographer there, and like we were walking down, and obviously I didn't notice the picture being taken. It's a freezing cold day. Oliver's got loads of layers on, I've got loads of layers on. I'm smiling because I'm just a smiley person, and he's like, what am I doing here? And then I like get down to pose with him, and like the picture is just, yeah, brilliant, because he is not impressed with Mummy going to rugby today. We joke about that. He likes the beginning of rugby and the end, because he loves running out the tunnel and being the mascot, and he likes being on the pitch at the end of the game saying hey to everyone and thank you, and you know, it just melts my heart. I love it. We've been up to lots, obviously Naughty Alf. He loves Naughty Alf, and he's at this age now that he also thinks he can be Naughty Alf. We've had a few Naughty Alf at Oliver's ice cream, so and he managed to freeze himself in the freezer with the ice cream. He loved that one. He also loved when we were up at Leicester, because there's no expense spared when you're in a hotel, so he went in the bathroom and the toilet roll was like up around the shower, down around the handle, and then Naughty Alf was hanging from the ceiling. He loved that one too. And then we're going to go see Santa at Chesington this week, which will be nice. And we're going to Yeovil Christmas Day to see my family, which will be really nice. Sorry, can't even touch the floor. All right, sorry, let's crack on.
Into the person behind the player in Marley Packer. How cute is little Oliver?
He's so cute. He's a ray of sunshine when he comes in. He's always smiley, always playing with his toys or his dinosaurs. He's a great character and a great attribute to Marley. He's just so warm and will go to anyone and wants to talk to anyone or play with anyone, which I think is really important, that to be in this environment, it's just nice that he has that confidence to be around anyone. And he's just so sweet, and I think he's super proud of what his mummy does. And I think when he grows up more and actually understands it, I think he'll be pretty amazed with how amazing Marley is as England and Saracens captain.
Yeah, absolutely. Proud he should be, and of course got to reference Naughty Elf as well. Christmas time and all that. Well, we have got an amazing second half coming your way, but first, check out the latest episode of the Saracens People Don't See, available now on our YouTube channel.
From the dark ages to the digital ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Well, that was a first half that really did have all of the trimmings, didn't it? 2 points in it, 21-19 the score, and the Bears, well, they're back out on the field, and here come the Saracens side as well. This match is going to have huge implications on the way the table looks at Christmas. One of these sides is going to be in the top 4, the other may not. 40 minutes to go. Nothing in it for either of these sides, and Jess, you've made your way back across in perfect time to join us. This is going to be a cracking second half.
Absolutely. I'd actually firstly like to say on the second half, hello to all the American fans that are watching, because Alona Mar put it on her story, so hello all you mighty Eagles watching us, listen to us, and I'm sure you want Alona's team Bristol to get the win, and hopefully you're liking mine and Harry's commentary on the game. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments.
There you go, you've heard that from Jess as well. If there are any questions you want to ask Jess, then drop them in the comments, either on the Saracens YouTube or the Premiership Women's Rugby YouTube, and we will endeavour to try and answer them when we've got stoppages in play. That wasn't the start of the second half Saracens would have wanted, though, and it's given Bears a bit of prime real estate here to pick which way they want to attack.
Yeah, another dominant scrum there by the Bears, giving them the ability. They've changed which way they're going. Great carry by Phoebe Murray.
Really was there from Phoebe Murray in the end, just deciding that the best thing to do would be to straighten and give her side the opportunity to reset, and they did again with Bottomman and Atkin Davis combining. Aitchison then tackled in the backfield from Packer. That was a big shot from the Saracens co-captain, and one that needed to be made. Byrne then, well, people saying on the chat to rescind her front row union licence in the first half of that run. Probably should do the same again there for that beautiful scrum half pass from the base.
Yeah, absolutely. Bristol doing really well to keep the ball here. Given Holly that opportunity to take the dog leg there, so I think we all need to, as a Saracens line, we all need to have that ability to go up together.
They're hunting in packs, but the Bears are coming forward in waves, and David now cuts in field and has an opportunity in broken field, but Saracens wrap her up well. Hunt for the penalty, but they put their hands down on the floor. Well, Evans looked disappointed with that. She rode the initial competition really well there, and we might be able to show you that one again. But then when that secondary surge came in at the breakdown from the Bears, she just lost that bind a little bit, and those hands slipped onto the floor.
Yeah, I think we can hear the comms quite early from the ref there. I think as teammates of Saracens, people need to give that to Georgia and May there to tell them to just get out.
Saracens, keep your mark, please,
I just
all the way
think that we need to stop giving penalties away.
Well, that penalty count is going to be critical. 11 conceded in the first half by Saracens, 7 by the Bears. And you sense whichever side manages to get the upper hand when it comes to that facet of the game will be the one that will be able to ride this one out and come back and take the win.
Okay, tackle now, come away.
For the moment though, It's Bristol back on the front foot, as they were at the start of the first half, as they were at the end of the first half. The knock-on advantage is over, but they're continuing to move forwards, continuing to keep it tight. Burn into field.
All the way.
Gallagher checks and goes the other way. Hunt gets to ground. Senft, well, she was searching for half a second for that opportunity. And the referee wants this ball to get moving. You can hear those clear calls from him coming in.
Not now!
Bristol then continuing to pick and go and look for those openings. Ward was the next to have a go.
Saracens back feet, please. Not now!
Presentation is good again. And Marston Mulhern with the carry. Evans with the tackle.
Ball's available.
And now they spin it the other way. Murray to Keat. Aitchison checks, can't quite free the hands. And Sarries, they think they've got the penalty. Alicia Corrigan. Well, that is pretty much the complete copy and paste job of what she did in this fixture at Ashton Gate earlier this season. Jess talked about that ability that Alicia has at the breakdown in that pre-match analysis, and we've seen it there again, coming up trumps for her side, and boy did they need that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was good patience on both teams.
Yeah, line then, guys.
Bristol had the ball a lot and had a lot of picks and goes, and then decided to come down the left-hand side.
Second motorway.
And then, yeah, great patience there by Alicia. Good tackle on Holly Aitchison, speed to her feet, and then got in there, which is, I think that showcases her sevens ability. Obviously only 7 people on the pitch when she's been playing, so yeah, has to get a lot of turnovers when necessary.
In the 15s facet of the game, though, this is key. Line out time, and it's a bit of a mess, and Viervas loses it on the floor, and then a knock on and a scrum for the Bears. Gallagher was having to reach at the back there, was unable to hold on to it, popped it down to Viervas. The scrum half just about unable to control it there. Opportunity straight back to the Bears.
Outside the line out as well.
Jess, you can see the replay
outside
here.
The line out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Abby gets a hat. Oh no, she doesn't. My bad. I thought Abby might have got a hand to that, so it should have been our
everybody connected
scrum.
all the way
so unfortunate
through. Okay,
there.
all the way to the end.
Another big scrum here for Saracens. So hopefully we can stay in this fight. And, yeah, put a lot of pressure on the backs.
Pressure is coming on, and well, too much pressure from both of the front rows. Referee there, you can hear him saying, loose head losing
loose
the
head angle,
bind.
tight head releasing your bind, that's why it goes to the floor. Come on, reset. Everybody high, stay connected, please.
Again, really clear, concise and effective communication from our referee in the middle today. Jess, we didn't hear much of him in the first 20 minutes whilst we got his mic sorted, but we're hearing him now, and I don't think the refs always get the credit that they deserve. They get quite a lot of social media ire at times, but I think our referee today has been really good so far in keeping that communication flowing.
Yeah, definitely. He's got clear comms to the girls on the pitch, which I think is really important. So the girls know what they need to do. Their penalty advantage is there from the scrum for Bristol, which is a shame for Sarries. I'm unsure what the messages might have been at half time, but I think that's something that we need to get sorted.
Well, it's like you just keep it in, Abby. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, you can hear the referee keeping that dialogue going with Abby Ward as well. Nice little
just
joke
the edge
between
of the
the pair of them.
us.
Hannah Bottoman smiling as well, and so should she be, with how that scrum is starting to turn in the favour of the Bears. Jess, you said there you wondered what the messages were at half time. We're 7 minutes into this second half already, and you do wonder if Sarries might potentially start looking to the bench to see if they can try and stop that front row surge from the Bears.
Go! Good. Okay, that's once. Don't change now.
Again, clear comms there from the ref,
Start
telling
using.
whoever's in the mall to not change. And seen Lucy Burgess has to get into that to get the ball, which I don't think she has the ability to. So great win there for Sarries. You can see Alicia there with her Canadian action. Let's go! Which is really good there from the forwards. Another scrum, so I'm sure the advice maybe here for Ella is to get the ball in and out extremely quickly.
and pressure on Gabrielle Senft at number 8 as well. Got to get that ball out quickly. She did it in the first half really well at times when that scrum was beginning.
Connected all the way to the end,
steady
please.
the ship for her side.
Like we
Saracens
agreed at
do
the start,
also
right?
have the small matter of a pair of Cleals on the bench that could also come on to the field and add a little bit extra to that whole forward effort. Feels like the game could be decided today from what's happening at the scrum, because the Bears are roaring, quite literally, with that one against the head, and it's Bottoman again. Well, Joyce Butchers is celebrating, and Bottoman's just walking off, giving a thumbs up like a casual Sunday stroll in the park for her. She's starting to get the upper hand here, Hannah Bottoman, and it's all of that international pedigree and experience coming through.
Ali, scrum's got to improve. Scrum's got to get better, both sides.
You could hear there clear comms from the ref to Marley saying that the scrum needs to get better both sides. So yeah, I'm sure Kelsey and McKinley are probably thinking about the scrum probably maybe a bit too much, but now they need to focus on this line out.
Ball.
Need to focus on this maul defence as well. The Bears scored from one of these towards the end of the first half.
Don't change, go now.
Hunt then has to get out of there, and now they have to use the ball. There's Burgess, picked up well by Murray under pressure. Hardy and Gregson eventually get her to ground. Burgess again, getting the ball free, keeping things moving. The scrum half got her century of appearances. It's the second time I've asked it a few weeks ago after that postponed game against Exeter. True servant of this Bristol cause. There was another there, Delaney Burns with the carry arriving at pace, and then the knock-on comes from Phoebe Murray. Saracens survive for now, but it's well, Jess, it's very little respite, because as you just said, it's another scrum, and Hannah Bottoman is surely going to be pursing her lips at the opportunity that she has in front of her here.
Cheers, Nick.
Yeah, substitution here for Bristol. I think that's Delaney Byrne coming off for Holly Cunningham. Second row for a second row. I think Delaney's had a good game, but probably good to get some fresh legs on from Bristol in the second row, maybe to help their props give themselves even more power in this scrum.
Now, speaking of
both sides of the scrum,
other big games going on around the PWR today, if you don't want to hear the score in the Exeter Gloucester game, then meet me for the next 10 seconds.
It's not forward by white black scrum.
You have been seeing what's going on there. It's 0-0 after 17 minutes, but that one as tight as this one, and it's what you'd expect from four sides that are right in the thick of that top four hunt.
Make sure the back line goes with it as well if we move backwards, okay?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think another tough game, I think, down at Exeter. So yeah, 0-0 is probably what I expect. If the weather's anything like it is here, it would be super windy at Sandy Park.
Hold.
The wind blows around that place, doesn't it? Bristol, though, at the moment they are continuing to motor forward, and Virvas, well, she had to do well to fight there to get that one out for her side, and she's caught in the breakdown.
I think that was
to her feet, though.
That was good to get the ball in and out there. I think that's definitely what we needed, and now giving us the platform to hopefully get the ball out of our 22.
Start using.
Virvas then steadies herself, readies herself, and goes aerial. Goes to touch as well. And with the threat that the Bears have in the backfield, that's not a bad decision at all from Virvas. And we talked about a couple of potential changes for Saracens. That's Ella Virvas' last contribution. Leanne Infante coming on in her place, and Akina Gondwe coming on as well, replacing McKinley Hunt. Two changes there for Saracens, Jess, and Infante out of retirement at the moment to help a bit of an injury crisis in that position and right into the thick of things.
Yeah, love the girl. I think when she heard that there was a bit of an injury crisis, she prepared herself to have maybe the ability to come back and play. So yeah, but she's a great
contact in the
asset to the team. I think everyone was super sad when she said that she wanted to retire, so actually a couple more games out of her is
Thrown
pretty
across
nice
the gap,
for everyone.
contact in air.
But I think Ella and McKinley did a good shift today. Maybe some fresh legs in the front row might be giving us a different picture in the scrum.
For the moment though, the Bears are continuing to put the pressure on. Clock is ticking. They've been down here pretty much for all 13 minutes of this second half. And you feel like it could just be a matter of time until the pressure tells, because the Bears are starting to roar into life again.
Yeah, you could just see there from the touch judges' flag that actually the wind's probably against Saris now. So that maybe that's why the kicking game is maybe not in the front foot of Sari's mind. But that's a great counter shove and a great win there for Saris to get the ball back from that driving maul. So yeah, another opportunity Bristol have missed, and Saris have done really well there to negate that opportunity for Bristol.
It's a huge
another
win
scrum,
for
though.
Saracens, but as you say, Jess, it is another scrum again. Well, the weather's picking up. It's pretty windy out on the pitch. It's pretty windy here. Lucy, our pitchside reporter, was just making her way up to get ready to interview Dave Ward in a moment, and nearly got blown down the stairs with the gust of wind that came across.
That's all right.
But she is back up on her feet, which is great. And well, we'll be listening to what the Bristol Bears head coach has to say in a few moments' time. But for the moment, it's the scrum. It's the tail of the game.
We love scrum. We love scrum. We love scrum. We love scrum.
I'm not going to join in singing with you, Jess, because I don't want the viewers' ears to bleed from my ability to try and sing.
Well, we've had 2 changes. One for Saracens with Akina Gonway on, and then obviously Holly coming in the second row for Bristol to see if that makes any changes here in the scrum. And obviously Leanne feeding as well. But another great scrum.
It's under pressure, isn't it? It's a scrum penalty against the head again, and the referee is running out of patience. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Time is off. Okay, so we've got penalty against the far side of the scrum. You've also put your hands in as the ball's going backwards. Speak to them. Next scrum penalty, re-escalate, okay?
Well, there you go then again. Clear from the referee. Next scrum penalty. Saracens will lose a player.
The ball back. Don't say that, because then I'll send you off, won't I? Yeah? Thought so.
And then, funnily enough, they have opted for that scrum. You can see the referee there.
Okay, there's no early wait other than the one that we've free kicked, Marley, for me, but that's fine.
Just having a word with both of the captains, and an open dialogue, let's call it, between Abby Ward and our referee Owen Taylor in the middle there.
Yeah, I think this is a good option for Bristol to go for a scrum. Obviously,
take the whole back line when we go backwards.
They've got the momentum with them. So yeah, great ability for them maybe to get on the front foot. I'd like to see Bristol actually use it from the scrum. Like they've had a lot of scrum penalties, but actually I think it would be nice for them to use the advantage for Lucy to get the ball into the back's hands.
At the moment though, there's a little bit of a mess.
Just shuffle post set. All right, let's get square.
And Bristol, well, they are going to be baying for blood here. We'll see what happens in this play. At the moment, the pressure is all on Saracens. They have resisted it so far, but it's continuing to come to the fore. And, well, the Saracens coaching staff, Mo Bota there, came out of the coaching box, sprinted down the stands to get some messages on, and has now run back up. But a penalty against the head for Saracens. Bristol went for the jugular, and Saracens have ridden the wave, have secured the penalty at the scrum, and you can see how much that meant to them as Harrison clears her lines. And after that moment for his side, I believe that Lucy has made her way up to the Bristol coaching box to hear the thoughts of Dave Ward.
Yep, I do indeed have Dave. Dave, thanks for chatting with me. What an intriguing battle this game is. What's your assessment of the first half and the start of this second half?
Yeah, I think, firstly, credit to both sets of players for putting on what is a game in really difficult conditions with wind, obviously, and rain. Look, it's nip and tuck, isn't it? Like, the next score could be absolutely crucial. Obviously, I'd like us to get it. I'm sure Saracens would like to get it as well. So, yeah, 21-19 all to play for.
And it's all about the swings in momentum. Sometimes it's Bears, sometimes it's Saracens. How do you sustain this for the full 80?
Yeah, I mean, they're holding on to the ball, obviously. It is hard in these conditions, and then obviously winning that breakdown battle. I think Saracens have been great in that area today, and I think it's something that obviously we've looked at and want to get a little bit better in, and make sure, as I said, we're really disciplined, and we keep the ball down their side of the half as well.
Clearly backwards.
And finally, what was the message that you gave to the girls at half time?
No, I just think, look, when we get the opportunity to go down there, let's go and stay down there and make sure we then finish it off. We've had now 4 or 5 opportunities to score mauls and hold on to the ball. We haven't done that. Saracens defended really well. We need to keep that pressure up, and we need to take our opportunities.
Well, best of luck for the second half. Harry, back over to you.
Thank you very much, Lucy. Great to hear from Dave Ward there as well. And whilst he was chatting to Lucy, the Bears were winning a penalty and putting themselves straight back into that Saracens territory. And I think, Jess, as Dave said there, pretty horrible conditions for both teams, and you've got to give them both credit for the rugby that we've seen so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think he spoke quite nicely about Saracens, which is nice from an away coach for once. But yeah, I think it is tough for both teams. But I think both teams are doing quite well, which is good, and I think both teams want to throw the ball around, which again is quite nice actually for the weather that is happening.
Well, there's a knock-on advantage that the Bears are playing with.
Yeah, we'll go back for the scrum.
And we'll come back for that scrum. It's rinse and repeat. It's as you were, and well, Jess, you're singing along saying we love scrums. There's a lady just to our left, or a couple of them, that love a scrum as well. Maya Montiel is down there. Donna Rose was there, but she's gone down. And Jess, you can see the stats here. That scrum success rate for Saracens isn't as bad as you would have thought it would have been with how the penalties have been going. But it's that line out, 63% to 100% for the Bears, that has been causing them that trouble about and around that set piece.
When you're flying her in the air.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I listened, but I didn't compute with what you said there, Harry, because Bryony Field has come off and Carmen has come on, so I'm a bit confused of what's going to happen unless Carmen is going to go to hooker, which I think she is, and I did not know that that was a position of hers.
She has played there before, formerly of Worcester Warriors, Carmen Tremling, and I think in her time there played all positions in the front row, and I think had a little go in the back row at times as well, so a multi-talented player. And with Donna Rose, who's now made her way back up to sit in the stands, sadly out for the rest of the PWR season. She is a big player for Saracens to have to come in and make an impact. At the moment, that was a much more stable scrum, and the pressure comes in from Saracens, and then a knock-on on the floor.
So it's a scrum white.
You can hear the ref clearly saying there, ball ripped forward, scrum white. So the Bears will come again, but that was much better and much more solid at scrum time from the women in black.
Well, that's my bad. So I apologise there, Carmen, for not knowing that you were a hooker. And yeah, much better scrum there for Saracens. Probably, Byrne, Lark, Atkin-Davies and Hannah Bottoman have been on the pitch now for 60 minutes, so they're probably, their legs are probably getting a bit of lactic acid in, getting a bit tired. So I'm sure another scrum is probably not what they want.
Well, there was Donna Rose on your screen there, and as you said, Jess, penalty advantage coming at the scrum again here. This could be difficult for Saracens. The referee might be starting to lose patience. But Saracens have been doing well in defence. Set piece, not so much, and that's what's kept the Bears down in and around the 22 for the entirety of the half so far. And you can hear there, loose head. It's number 17, Akina Gondwe. Not exactly her fault, that's just an accumulation of penalties building, and that's Sarah Byrne there that put her under pressure. Walks off, shaking her head.
I'm not as quick as you.
That was coming. That's been coming pretty much from the start of the second half, Jess.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Akina there. I think that was a build-up of penalties from maybe the first half in the scrum. Yeah, so I think that probably was a bit of a team yellow, as said. But we've obviously still got Bryony Cleo on the bench, who is a prop or has played prop, and obviously you've still got McKinley, also obviously that had come off as well on the bench. So if they do call for a scrum, you will see probably a replacement there, and I'm unsure who they will take off.
We'll have to see what happens if that does come about. At the moment then it's Kelsey Clifford down, receiving a little bit of treatment, and Dave Ward to our right, hurriedly getting some messages down to his side.
Okay, can we get another loose set up for Saracens?
A second there, but he's actually getting the messages down over the radio. And
are you going corner?
Jess, Saracens are going to be down a player for the next 10 minutes.
I know.
They've been in their 22 defending pretty much for the entirety of the game. And actually, Kelsey Clifford is down receiving treatment. It's probably come at a really good time for them, because it gives them an opportunity to get those messages in and a chance to just try and slow proceedings down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think take a breath. Maybe it's what Saracens need.
We've
had a lot of pressure in our half. Probably the possession and territory stats probably 0 to 100 for Sarri. So yeah, I think we've done well so far in the last 20 minutes to negate their pressure. But here we go again with another line out on the 5 metre line.
Well, I can tell you what those stats are across the entire game. It's now 70-30 to the Bears on possession and 60-40 on territory. That's probably snuck up again in the last couple of minutes. And now finally Bristol have the ball 5 metres out, and Bottoman goes again. Sharp makes the tackle. Joyce Butchers the next to have a go, and Burgess goes hunting for it. Bristol searching for a try that would put them back into the lead and give them at the very least a try bonus from this game today. Packer the next to make the tackle, and Bristol content to keep it tight.
Tackle away!
Burgess waits, goes to Byrne. Byrne sits down Senft. Evans comes in to help out her teammate.
Start using.
And Bristol, they're making meters every time they come forwards.
Advantage.
And they've got a penalty advantage coming again. Hands in the ruck, slowing the ball down. And there's an air of inevitability about this one as Aitchison spins it wide to Jasmine Joyce Butchers, who speeds in and puts her side ahead for the second time this afternoon. Bristol, well, they've not let Saracens have a sniff for 23 minutes of this first half, and finally the pressure tells for the Bears and they hit the front again.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think the Bristol Bears had more patience, I think, than Saracens. I think you hear the penalty advantage for hands in the breakdown again. And it's a great ball from Holly Aitchison to get Jazzy on the outside of the Saracens defence, and diving over, and then to see if Holly can convert to give them a 5-point lead. Is that right? Good maths or not?
It is really good maths. Conversion to come as well. So they're 24-21 to the good at the moment. And conversion from Aitchison, well, it hits the post. It dragged away on the breeze. So 24-21 the score. 3 points in it. But the Bears finally make that pressure tell. The Saracens have still got over 7 minutes to survive with a player down as well.
Yeah, Bristol have just made a substitution as well. Hannah Bottoman is off and Simi Pan is on, so a refresh in the scrum and in the front row for Bristol.
Mistake in the backfield, it goes backwards. You can hear the referee clearly getting that message across, and Joyce Butchers, well, she just scored for her side. She's now had to start tidying things up, and they now look to go from deep, but another dropped ball, and then a knock on from Byrne, sent a little fist pump. That felt big, and Jess, for all of Bristol's brilliance so far today, for all of the lovely running rugby they like to play, that just felt like they overplayed their hand ever so slightly.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hard when what you want to play is running rugby and to get the ball in people's hands and give them ability to run in space.
Oh, right, sorry. Sorry, I must have missed it.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it's tough. but yeah, Bristol obviously wanted to run out their 22. Saracens put a lot of pressure on and forced the knock on, and yeah, there's no substitution being made here for the front row because obviously we had May Campbell on as well as Carmen. So Carmen has now gone to prop, as well as Kelsey. Yeah, so team has stayed the same.
Bind!
But it's going to be a big
scrum. It is going to be a big one. They have gone with 8 in the scrum. They need to get it in and out because the Bears are putting pressure on, and Senft has done just that. The referee with the call, and Saracens meters out Packer next to have a go. She's buffeted backwards. Saracens looking for an instant response, and Infante has seen space out wide, and Saracens crash over for their 4th of the match. They hit the front again. It's quick thinking, it's speed of thought, and it's Saracens back in the lead in one of the games of the season so far.
I don't know what Zoe Harrison was doing out there on the wing, but yeah, great pick and go there from the base from Gabby, and Leanne getting in there trying to get her some momentum. Nice call there from the ref to say tackle. Marley with a pick and go. Bit stationary there, but we recycled the ball really well, and Leanne, great spot on the edge to whiz that ball all the way across to Zoe, which I think, yeah, lovely little score in the corner. I don't know why she was there, Harry, if I'm honest with you.
Well, I think from a Saracens perspective, they'll be glad that she was, and she's unlucky there with that kick from the touchline. Making a bit of a habit of scoring tries this season, Jess. I think she's pretty much making up for your absence in that side, popping up on the wing. She's already Saracens' 2nd top try scorer, 2 last week, another one today, and as Georgia Evans makes her way off the field, instant riposte for Saracens again with a player down.
Yeah, definitely. Zoe needs to watch herself really, because otherwise soon she'll be playing on the wing, and I don't think that's actually what she wants to do. So
always inside. Mate, stop.
Great catch there from Leanne to put us out on the halfway line.
Ball's still live.
Yeah, to relieve some pressure, which was really good. Great game knowledge there from Leanne. Obviously, she's got 50 plus caps for England, and obviously now 100 plus for Saracens. So yeah, very, very educated.
5 call.
9.
Let's just adjust them, please, Saris. Thank you.
So much going on in this game, and well, scarcely believe that there's only 12 minutes of it left. It has absolutely flown by. 2 incredible teams giving it their all out on the pitch, and there's still going to be plenty of twists and turns to go as I managed to get that tongue twister out of my mouth eventually. For the moment though, it's the Bears coming forward again with Marston, Mull, Hearn.
Yeah, great double tackle there by Emma Hardy and Sydney Gregson.
Millie David then, the next to have a go. Gregson wraps her up. It's a 2-point game. 26 plays 24. Both teams now, sorry Jess, with a try bonus point. And just quickly, whilst we're talking about other games and other scores, mute me now for the next 5 seconds. Gloucester Hartpury have gone flying into a lead. They're 17-0 up away at Exeter Chiefs. That could blow this top 4 race wide open, as could the result here today. And as Saracens secure a turnover penalty, and Jess, you celebrate probably as much as the players on the pitch. This is a big moment here in the game as Harrison and Packer just slow things down.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I've said the whole game, Bristol are very good with their patience and keeping ball in hand. And then, yeah, we had a great spot there to actually jackal the ball with a turnover legally, which I think is really crucial for us here at Saracens. Obviously, we do love to give a few penalties away, and it was great to get a turnover, and I think good patience actually from Saracens, and then to have the ability to have a line out here. Got the ball well, great drive on there from the pack.
And now with a player down, Saracens look to drive, look to maul, and look to surge forward. There's 2 points in this game. There's 2 minutes left, coincidentally as well, on the yellow card for Akina Gondwe. Saracens coming forward in numbers. Is the ball playable? The ref's having a look. No, it's not. Bristol survive, and Packer, well, she was so close to getting the ball back there. But if you're a Bears fan, if you're a Bears player or a member of staff, You are thanking your lucky stars for that intervention from Evie Gallagher, because Saracens were marching forward on a roll.
I do think that actually, again, sorry for the biasness, that actually is probably a bit of a harsh call. I think you could see
taken in by Black,
was,
failed more.
Got her hands on that and was trying to get it out, but obviously the ref felt that Sarries had collapsed it, and gave Bristol the opportunity for another, say it Harry, scrum!
There we go, we got there in the end. Nice little bit of synchronicity, a nice little bit of teeing it up there from Jess. I could see you getting ready, that little head movement. But now, a big moment again. The Bears.
That's a good scrum. Great pressure there
from
Saracens.
They're told to use it, the Bears, and they're going to have to go from deep. Murray off, she is flattered by Infante.
Don't play
Gregson
the ball,
told her to play the ball and does well to stop herself. Saracens hassling and harrying and probing. Packer unable to compete. Pam has a carry, and Packer again. Oh, she thought she had her hands on it. Burgess back to Murray. We're saying her name more and more as the Bears look to play out from deep. Atkin Davis into Hardy, and then a penalty. Offside
in midfield.
In midfield, not against Hardy, not against Harrison, but in the midfield from
21.
Saracens. It's Infante that's penalised. And after all that pressure, Bristol can get out of jail again and look to try and launch another attack in this game that keeps on giving.
It does, Harry, you're right, it does keep on giving this game.
Listen, you're a substitute. You've come on and I've heard your voice constantly at the minute. I'm speaking to Marley, nobody else has been like that, all right?
Oh, that's Poppy getting a talking to from the referee. Not the
Tim,
first
return,
time.
please.
Well,
I don't
Poppy
think.
Clear's been back on a rugby field, having had a couple of games out with a little bit of a knock for probably about 2 minutes. And she's already made sure that she is on our referee's naughty list going into the Christmas break.
11's coming now.
Sarri's back up to a full complement now.
11's coming.
Gone way back.
Tim been returned and 11's coming back.
And a change, it looks like, for Saracens as well. Lottie Sharp is leaving us. Co-captain off. And Corinne Grant coming on in her place. Saracens looking to shore things up, and they're doing well. Well, they were doing well initially at the Mall, but then they've been penalised again. Kelsey Clifford,
far side
entry at the side, and they're just allowing Bristol to creep their way down the field.
Yeah, thanks.
And time's starting to tick away for both of these teams.
Yeah, definitely. Like we've put a lot of pressure on them defensively, and we're just allowing them to get out of their half and put us more pressure on us. I think we just need to keep cool heads. Like, we've still got 9-8 minutes left in this game, and yes, there is 2 points in it, but we are in this game, so we need to not have a replay of the Gloucester game last weekend.
Well, that was the thing, wasn't it, last week? It was the last quarter.
Okay, we'll get numbers, then we'll build the line now.
Gloucester Hartpury against Saracens.
Numbers. No.
Bristol Bears, well, they've not needed any last quarter heroics recently. They've just been happy to keep building leads and keeping themselves in the ascendancy throughout. A big win away at Kingsholm for them as well. And if they could get a win here at StoneX Stadium today, they will put themselves right in the mix. But Senft does likewise for her side, and Campbell comes away with it, uses Holly Cunningham as a speed bump and crashes through. And now Packer has seen some space in midfield. Infante keeps things moving quickly, and there's McKenna now. Marston Mulhern gets her to ground. There's a little bit of a discrepancy between your clock on screen and the stadium clock. A couple of minutes different, so we will see how long is left. Clifford for the moment though is absolutely clattered. Well, there is your update. The stadium clock was the right one, so we still have 7 minutes left. A penalty, and that was a big knock in the head. Let's listen to what the referee has to say here, because that looked like a pretty meaty collision in midfield. Let's see what the officials make of this.
I do hope Poppy is okay. She's just come back from a concussion, so yeah, I hope she is okay. I actually didn't see that because my mum was texting me, so thanks mum for the distraction.
Okay,
well,
so
let's see what the referee has to say here.
So we've got head contact, so go through the 4 questions. Yes, we've got head contact, it's against White 17. Yes, we've got foul play because she's always upright. She's coming into the tackle, it's dynamic, so it's a high degree of danger. For me, there's no clear mitigation unless we've got a clear change of height from your side. Yeah, we've got black. Coming into the tackle, okay, because it says I'm coming round. So if we've got mitigation, it's a yellow card, okay. Simi! Simi!
Yeah, Simi was Hannah's substitution, and she's just been shown a yellow card. I'm sure you could all hear the ref and his AR going through the 4 questions that they do for a high tackle, and if it had danger and mitigation. Obviously, you've got me and Harry on comms, and you're able to view the game live, but we don't have TMO, so it was just on what they saw at the time. So yeah, 10 minutes. Well, the rest of the game, Simi won't be playing for.
And again, the officials going through the process there. The referee going through those 4 questions. Those are those 4 big questions when it comes to head-on-head, and we can see the replay here whilst clearly still
Marley,
down.
just to reiterate what we did while we were in your huddle, we've got the just to reiterate what we've done while you were in your huddle, we've got the change of height which mitigates it down from a red to a yellow, okay?
And you can hear there the referee explaining to Marley Packer there's a change of height, and that's what's mitigated it down to a yellow. Fortunately, Clean is back up on her feet, ready to go again, and Harrison will put this one into touch.
Yeah, bit of a gust of wind there, so I'm sure.
Well, you talk about a gust of wind,
yeah.
It's just sent an absolute shed load of stuff flying around us.
I know, we better watch out, Harry. Yeah, great.
My flying pizza box there.
Great kick by Zoe to just get us over the 10-metre line, and a quick line out.
Doesn't work though, comes back in Bear's hands, and Saracens arguably rushed that a little bit. But the ball bounces in the backfield, it's bobbling, and the wind, well, it's causing chaos in the commentary box, it's causing chaos on the pitch, and Saracens, with a huge defensive effort to force Renika Bonner in to touch. And now, well, the line out didn't work first time round. They now have an opportunity even closer to that try line, but we will have time off again with...
is that Sydney Gregson down there?
We'll see who that is. It's Sydney Gregson. Looks like she's having a little bit of work being done on her hand.
Yeah, I think she's got many fingers broken on both hands, actually. Some inside knowledge. But yeah, I just want to give, actually, I'm sure Harry's going to ask me soon for my player of the match, but one of my big shout-outs, and potentially might get it, is Gabby Senth. I think she's had a brilliant game, especially there, chasing that ball. Like, she's played 73 minutes of the game, an absolute workhorse, playing number 8, and I think she's had a tough day at the office at the scrum, trying to get the ball out, but I think in some scrums she's handled it really well, which I think is really good for us, and we need someone at the base that can steady the ship and give us that momentum off maybe a scrum that is going backwards.
Let's start building then, time on.
And if you've got the options then, as you see this replay on your screens of the Saracens' pressure of Senft or Cleo, even Cleo, because Brian, he seems to fancy playing everywhere this season in the pack, then you're in a good place. There's Poppy though, up at the front for Saracens, and they look to set the maul. Wants the call from the referee, and now they have to use it. Hardy, big carry, eventually hauled to ground by her opposite number, and she fights and wrestles and gets it back to Infante, to Gallagher now. Gallagher going, and there's been another head contact there. The referee, time off as Gallagher stays down. She took a knock a few weeks ago against
a white scrum on the
Harlequins,
restart after the knock-on.
and there was a knock-on, so it would be a Bristol scrum to restart.
That's when I timed off.
Sorry, was the head contact before the knock-on? Because then surely it should be our scrum.
Well, it depends if anything's been called in by the referee. If we're able to see a replay, let's just listen to what Marley has to say first.
Just asking about
see Marley Packer there saying that they're lifting in the maul. Sarah Burndown receiving a little bit of treatment as well. You can see here, so lost forwards.
Not this one, the
was
next
the
one.
call. So we'll see in the phase coming up. Infante gets the ball out. Great angle this to see it. And Gallagher charges forward.
I'm not really sure what I can see.
Can't really see from that angle, but she does stay down.
Is it her ankle? I don't think it's her head. I think it's her ankle.
And it might actually, you're right, it might be the ankle that she's taken a knock on rather than the head.
I think maybe twisted her ankle and then lost the ball from it. We just see here on the replay. It was a great carry from Emma Hardy, so a shame we couldn't keep that momentum. And a great carry actually by Rosie here. I think her foot just gets caught underneath. Which isn't nice. So a twist of an ankle. So Bristol have decided to take Renika Bonner off, obviously for Hannah Bottoman from Simi Pam's yellow card.
They have indeed Bottoman back onto the field. She'll be with us now for the duration, and it's a little bit of a cheat code, that really, isn't it? Whether you're a Bristol Bears fan or a Red Roses fan, give Hannah Bottoman a 10-minute break to recharge herself and let her go again. She has been phenomenal today. And Jess, we will come to you for your player of the match eventually.
Yeah, Harry, I'm not sure.
Such a knife edge.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it until the end. Gallagher is back up on her feet, which is good to see. Gingerly, though.
Okay, it's knocked forward before the time off. White scrum.
But she's going to get back into the mix. We're talking about players being made of stern stuff. I think we're seeing that from both teams today. There's been some massive collisions coming in. Players having to get a little bit of treatment, but then getting back, riding it out.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have still got Lou McMillan on the bench if needed. So I wonder if Alex is just going to see how this scrum plays out and see how Rosie goes in the next couple of minutes maybe, and then maybe make a choice to make a substitution.
There is that option, and at the scrum, well, it's moving about again, and the referee says you have to use it, and they go from deep. Joyce is a danger woman, and Hardy wraps her up well, looks to strip it in contact, Emma Hardy, and Joyce has done really well there to get the ball away, but Saracens win the penalty. Joyce Butchers is penalised and Campbell goes quickly. This feels like this could be the game here. 2 points in it, and Saracens with another penalty advantage. You sense a yellow card could be coming for Cunningham, but for the moment, Saracens surging forward, relentless and resilient. They now look to keep it tight, and Gondwe has a reach, has a look. Campbell the next to have a go.
Yes!
Campbell gets it down. Saracens extend the lead again with 5 minutes to go. It's that woman again. It's May Campbell with the try. Saracens stretching the advantage to 7 with the conversion to come. Jess, we talk about championship moments from championship sides. That was huge.
Yeah, definitely. Great pressure there. I think we obviously allowed them to run out, and great tackle and great momentum stopper from Emma Hardy, and then I think it was May actually won the turnover, and then gave the ability for a quick tap and go, and then patience from the forward to do their stuff and pick and go and get some momentum. And May does love to score some tries. I'm sure we'll hear the bagpipes soon.
This is a massive kick, this in the context of the game. 3.5 minutes to go. Currently a 7-point gap, now a 9-point gap. Saracens stretch the lead, and the Bears need 2 tries, 2 scores to try and wrestle this one back.
Love hearing the bagpipes, don't you, Harry?
They're my favourite part of a match day, hearing those bagpipes, and everyone's been getting used to hearing them a lot this season as Saracens draw another penalty. And that was entertaining to watch there. Marston Mulhern sticking the ball straight into Leanne Infante's arms and saying, there you go, get on with it. But Infante is ready to slow things down. And Jess, after this line out, because we're hoping that Zoe Harrison is going to get this one into touch, which she does. I think this is a great opportunity for you to go through your player of the match nominations first, because there's been a fair few of them, and then ultimately who is your player of the match.
Yeah, so I think obviously I have to give a shout out to Zoe on her 100th appearance. Did get a yellow card, so Zoe, you're not getting player of the match, but I do think you've had a great game. I think May obviously has had an outstanding game yet again, turnover after turnover, tries, ball carries, which I think has been amazing. Kelsey Clifford, a great shout out from that try. Like I said, taught her all I know. But I do think my player of the match is going to be to Gabby Sent. I think she has worked really hard, put a lot of pressure on Bristol. So yeah, my player of the match is Gabby Sent.
Saracens number 8, Gabrielle Sent, then is your player of the match. And as Jess said, plenty of contenders on both sides of
on the line then,
the match. Bristol, though, have a penalty, and they will want to get
It's a bit.
The speed
right.
going
I'll
here
talk to you.
because
I'll talk
there
to you.
is an opportunity, if they score before the 80-minute mark, to potentially turn down the conversion and back themselves to go again.
Play on.
And well, they are going to have an opportunity
Sprint
here, but
backwards,
it's stripped by Saracens and tidied up by Akina Gondwi.
Not now.
Sorry, I've got absolute hate from Donna Rose to say that she said, who did you give it to? And I said Gabby, and she went, oh, not Zoe. And I said, no, she got a yellow card. So sorry, she's not getting it.
Come off now, Southern!
There you go, then we will be hearing
Counter-up's all
from
good.
Zoe Harrison hopefully after her 100th appearance, but for the moment there's still time and there's still space, and Millie David has to watch the bounce, does so well to get the ball away to Keat, and now into the final minute of the game. The Bears, the game might be lost, but 2 points might not be. They only need a penalty to get themselves within 7. And here they come again then, the Bears, building and going through the phases. There is Jazz Joyce Butchers. Tackle is made.
Ball's available.
There is the gong, the final moment of the game. Saracens have secured a league double over the Bears, but the Bears don't want to leave empty-handed. They're putting the pressure on, and David tidies up, bursts 3 and still goes forward. Does Millie David. Penalty advantage coming as Gallagher slowly rolls away, and Aitchison
playing advantage Bristol, high
still
tackle.
going as the high tackle comes in. Gondwi,
Good position
well,
out
she
the
gets
ball,
over,
let's go
that
back.
would have been a turnover, but there's a penalty for the Bears, and an interesting decision here. Do they go to the corner and try and get the try, or is this within the range of Holly Aitchison to try and snatch 2 points from the game? Well, they are going to go to touch. They're going to back themselves here from the set piece.
Sorry, if I had
got a jumper down.
a smartwatch on, my heart rate and blood pressure would be through the roof. I know, yes, technically we have won, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But because the league is so tight and the table is so tight, we don't want to give Bristol the opportunity to get 2 points out of this game.
They've already got 1 for that try bonus. It was 5-1 and match points to Sarries earlier in the season. And well, Rosie Gallagher is down, been in the wars today.
I've not got your players screaming and shouting
holding
at me.
her
I'll
wrist
deal with
this time.
again,
And
right?
Bristol, Dave Ward has made his way pitch side. Alex Osterbury has made himself
numbers.
Well, I say made himself vocal.
Numbers.
He's always vocal, is Alex Osterbury, but he's now coming down the stands as well. And well, Saracens there, you can see Gabrielle Senf, number 8, the player of the match. So Lucy will be speaking to her at the final whistle. But for the moment, still time off, still a player down injured. That's Rosie Gallagher. And Senf looking around, looking all over the shot. And Abby Ward, big final message to her squad. And before we get back underway with Gallagher joining the line, if you do not want to hear the score from Sandy Park, mute me for the next 5 seconds.
Abby, I've got no numbers and time isn't on.
You've had your warning.
Okay, 6
because
calls.
it's 29-0 to Gloucester Hartbury. The cherry and whites, the circus,
Time
certainly bringing the entertainment down in Devon. This one, though, is a game that has delivered. And Bristol still have an opportunity at the end of this game to try and get themselves a second point, a losing bonus point to put under their Christmas tree. They look to get it wide, and Burgess gets it motoring. Saracens, they don't want to concede a penalty.
3 points on side. 3 points on side.
Because if they do, it's a pretty easy kick for Aitchison to get that second point out of the game for her side.
I can't do it. I actually can't do it, Harry. This pressure's killing me.
Okay, start using Bristol.
It's been a game that has been on a knife edge throughout. I think the coaches' heart rates, the players' heart rates and ours have been going through the roof at times. You want an advert for Premiership Women's Rugby? Well, you've had it here today, and the Bears do draw that penalty. Well, interesting there, Jazz Joyce looked to take it quickly, and you could just hear Sarah Burns screaming, no.
You can see the Bristol coach has come on with the tee, so I think has made the decision for them to get the 2 points.
Okay, yeah, we can get water on. Time is off.
Decision is made for them, really, I think.
Penalty anyway.
So
we'll go
yeah,
in post.
Bristol have gone for the penalty.
All right.
See if they can get 2 points
sure
within this game.
It's a sensible decision from the Bears.
They have got a player down. I think it is Lucy Burgess. I hope she's okay. She did have a great carry there from off the line out.
We'll play through then if that's okay. So
I do personally think that
7, not rolling.
Bristol getting 2 points out of this game, even though I am obviously from Saracens, I think is fair. I think both teams played really well, a great fought game, and I am pleased that Saracens have come out on top, but I'm sure Alex and all the coaching staff will be a little bit annoyed that they were able to get 2 points out of this game.
Well, a kicker of Holly Aitchison's calibre you would expect would knock this penalty over. But the wind is playing havoc here today at StoneX Stadium. Aitchison lines it up, and it's actually ended up drifting wide. So that is the final whistle. The Bears, well, they only take 1 point from this one, but that is a huge win for Saracens. Lewis Soames high-fiving everyone as he walks down. And you talk about bounce-back ability, Jess. That is what this Saracens side have delivered this afternoon in spades.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sarries have performed really well, bounced back from that Gloucester game, and been able to get the win here today and get, you know, all 5 points in the gate Bristol from getting 2. I think is really crucial. We've still got a lot to learn, obviously going into the new year.
Thanks for your help today,
We've got some tough fixtures still ahead of us. We've obviously still got to play Exeter and Harlequins that are still within that top 5 battle. But yeah, great to get 5 points out of today, and I'm really proud of the girls. And we are actually going for a little Christmas social after this, so I'm sure people will be celebrating tonight. And yeah, creds to Bristol though. I think they played outstandingly well, and I hope everyone here enjoys their Christmas, and hopefully you'll be seeing me soon on the pitch and not hearing from me in the comms, because I'm sure a lot of you probably prefer me playing. But yeah, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everyone. That's all from me.
That is all from you, Jess. You've got to shoot off. It's been great having you with me again as I let you just quickly squeeze out. As you said, you've got some Christmas socialising to get off to. It's been great to have Jess with us for the last 2 games here on the live stream. And as she said, nearing a return, hopefully very, very soon. We'll be hearing from player of the match, Gabrielle Senf. We'll also be hearing from Centurion Zoe Harrison and from both coaching teams as well. 33-24 the final score, and what an advert that was for Premiership Women's Rugby.
From the dark ages to the digital ages, as one of the world's largest London metal exchange traders, StoneX is leading the revolution of the base metal market. BM Execute is an online, real-time risk management system for the base metals industry. Easy to use and rich in functionality, BM Execute will allow for easier risk management, real-time views and reduced operational risk. BM Execute takes base metal trading to the next level.
Here we go, Women's Rugby World Cup, England 2025.
Le moment tant attendu approche. Le public est prêt.
I was born for this.
Would you ride off the reigning champions? A new generation of players ready to set the tournament alight.
Mais t'as vu le dernier match de Mana FE? Elle a dominé.
La plus jeune capitaine française de l'histoire est gonflée à bloc.
Holyfield scores all tries.
England are surely still hurting, but that was then. This is now.
Everything's at stake here. Other teams are hunting Renee Holmes and the Black Ferns. Manuel Edge is so tough. Can she carry the nation to glory?
These players keep raising the bar higher and higher in search of rugby immortality. When this tournament's over, who will history remember?
Season's greetings from Premiership Women's Rugby.
It's not often you get to witness the start of history.
Oh, that's a cracker.
The most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely magical.
For Leicester Tigers, they are looking ruthless.
This is how Bristol Bears play their rugby.
Another exceptional score from the Cherry and Whites.
Ilona Maher.
It's Ilona Maher. It's Ilona Maher.
She is a superwoman.
The grit and determination.
The most followed rugby player in the world at the moment is Ilona Maher.
Just puts their head down, powers their way through to the line. Maher just bumping off defenders for fun.
Sometimes she just makes this game look so easy. Power.
Oh, she's just bossing it at the moment, isn't she? Look at the physical mismatch. See you later.
Turbo mode from Ilona Maher activated.
Meetings are a funny one. You'll have to ask the lads what they think to them, but I just try and be myself really, and you know I care. I'm a Saracen. Like I bleed it, and I want that to come across. When it comes to training and playing, it will always be about how we make each other feel, and how you feel will be the difference between our training being here and going to there, and our playing being here and going to there, and the consistency. And I've got to say, when we watched the game, I think we all felt inspired by it, because there was just this spirit. It's bigger than the players. It's the coaches, it's all of the people in the organisation, because this is what it is now. This is how we want to live our lives. This is how we want to be.
Every club needs a Shawsey. You need that man who's going to motivate you to go into that weekend, that person who's also a sound mind as well and who wants the best for everyone.
Shawsey is a man of passion. He's very eloquent. As players, you know, you want your coaches to have the rugby IQ to help you deliver on the field, but you also want your coaches to care about you. You want them to feel a sense of investment in what you're doing and what the team is trying to achieve, and without a shadow of a doubt, Shawsey has that.
It means a lot to me that comes out in when I'm talking to people. I watched in different departments what was going on, and what I was listening for and looking out for was, what were those individuals leaving that conversation with? Most of them were inspired. My point is here, lads and ladies, is this is a superpower, not for just on the pitch. Superpowers on the pitch, our way is how we're going to be. The superpower is how we make each other feel all the time.
Well, I'm here pitchside with a player of the match. It's Gabby Senft. Gabby, congratulations. That was an outstanding performance and arguably the game of the season, I reckon.
Yeah, it was a good game. We came out with the win going into Christmas. Exactly what we wanted, you know.
And to do the double over these guys this season, I mean, that must feel pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know what else to say about that. It's nice. Nice to win, you know.
And where do you think you had the edge over Bears today?
Oh, you know, I think we just put our head down, did our individual jobs well. It was a battle back and forth, and it came down to our set piece, you know, our scrums, battling with some yellow cards, both sides of the game, and so we just managed well, problem solved on the go, and at the end of the day, we came out with the win.
And it felt like there were some real swings in momentum, you know, for a half of the half it was Sarries, and then the other half it was Bears. How do you ride that wave in a game like that?
I guess, yeah, we had 20 minutes in our 22, and that's when we just put our head down. You got to grind, you got to battle, and that's exactly what we prepped for. We knew Bristol was a good match, and we knew it was going to come to those 50-50 game points. So we worked well together, and proud of us.
And you've got a short break now over Christmas before we go again in 2025. How are you looking personally to recharge over the Christmas break?
Enjoy some quality time with some of the Canadians over here, and yeah, take a little break and some away time from rugby.
Lovely. Well, I wish you a brilliant Christmas and New Year. Congratulations, Gabby Senft.
Well, wonderful to hear from Gabrielle Senft there, and Zoe Harrison, another player that it's great to be able to hear from today. 100th appearance for the club. Talked in the week about how much it meant to you to do it for this club. How special was that?
Yeah, it was really special to beat Bristol as well. We knew that was going to be a tough game, so very happy to come away with a win on my 100th, and the performance that we put in at times. There was stuff that we needed to work on. Obviously, we went 14 points down, but to come back like that and fight, the fight that the girls had in them was massive today.
You said the fight was massive. We won't talk about the yellow card, we'll just quickly brush over that one, but the resilience of the side, because twice you went down to 14 players and twice in that period you scored crucial tries. How much is that something you can really build on now going into this last back end of the season?
Well, it actually just shows us what we can do ourselves, so we know we can do it. It's like, how can we do that in each game going forward now?
And just a final one for you, because I know you've got friends and family that you want to go and see. Talked about your 100th appearance there and how great the game was, but for you, this club, what does it mean to you?
It's great playing for this club. I started at this club when I was 18 years old, but for me it's also our head coach Alex. I've been coached by him since I was 14 years old and come up the ranks, and even some of the girls I played with, I've gone through like the younger years with them, so to play for this club with all these girls and Alex as my coach is really special.
Well, Zoe, as you said, really special. A special performance from you and your side today. Congratulations on the win and on the 100th appearance. Now, Lucy has made her way down the pitch side, and she is with our losing coach today, but boy, did they play well. It's Bristol Bears head coach, Dave Ward.
Dave, thanks so much for joining me. A real tough loss, but what an incredible battle.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where I have to watch it a couple of more times to really appreciate the scale of which the effort from both teams. I thought, like I said, Saracens were good value for their win on the day, and we had the opportunities to win it probably, and we'll be sort of kicking ourselves a little bit that we didn't get a little bit further ahead when we had the opportunity, especially with the yellow cards. But Saracens are always going to stay in the fight, and especially at home, they're a proud team, and as I said, that they got the good win.
And when the momentum was going your way, what do you think it was that just stopped you from being able to really push ahead?
Saracens are very good at cheating. No, I'm joking. No, look, they defended our maul really well. Whether it's on the line or not, it doesn't really matter. As long as what the referees referee on the day, that's the whole point of being a forward at the end of the day, to get away with what you can get away with. The scrum decision as well, when we called the scrum and he's given a penalty, the first one against us on our own ball, I think it was always going to be a tough one. But like, that's the game of rugby. Like, that's you make those decisions, you go for it, and if you don't take your opportunities against a quality team, and they do, that's what happens.
But even though you didn't get the win, there were some really great positives to take from the game, some amazing tries. What impressed you most about your side today?
I just think the fight we showed, one, scored the 4 tries, secondly then to come back and get an opportunity to get that second bonus point. Even though we didn't get it, the fight we showed to actually get in a position where we could have got it is almost just as important, especially at this stage of the season. We're halfway through now for us, that's 9 games. We've got another 8 games to go, and it's going to be a back-end stretch of, as I said, 7 games, I'll get my numbers right in a minute. 7 games in a row to go and get into this top 4, because like Quins will be watching that, Exeter and Gloucester are battling out at the moment. Like, who's going to get into the top 4? At the moment we're in 5th and we're outside it, and we really want to be in that top 4, and we're going to have to go to the well again versus Gloucester and Exeter to make sure we're there.
Well, all the very best for the rest of the season. Thank you so much, Dave. Harry, back over to you.
Well, that's the showdown 5 coming up very soon in March. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the place to be for that one. Place to be today, though, was StoneX Stadium, Alex Osterbury. You said to me you were losing your voice a little bit. Jess was saying that her heart rate was fluctuating throughout that game. What was it like in that coach's box?
Yeah, obviously it's a real tough place. 10 minutes gone and 2 tries down. And then, some real heart characters get back in this game, then get the lead, and then literally throw it away in terms of the restart. And it's just those are the bits that we got to try help everyone out with, because those big momentum shifts are what define games, define seasons, and sometimes we're on the wrong end of them because we just make a silly error or a wrong decision at a time when we just need some cool heads and some real good execution. But yeah, at the end of the day, the box was a fairly lively place. I'm really proud of the manner of that victory. So yeah, all's well that ends well, right?
I say, like you said, you got the 5 points in the end. Made it hard for yourselves, like you said, but talk about the resilience, determination of your side to hit back when you had a player in the bin.
Yeah, look, a fair credit to Bristol. They made it incredibly hard for us. There was times when we could have done things slightly differently, but ultimately that's the pressure of playing against a very good side that can hurt you in a lot of ways. But yeah, that period of when we just 14-0 down, a player down, and then to find a way to score, and get back into the game and stop that huge kind of momentum shift that was against us. It is testament to the players. They found a way against, a very, very good side, down at 14 players, and it gave us a foothold. And then to get the next score, gave us parity on the scoreboard. And then where we weren't able to do it last week against Gloucester, we got ahead. And it might not seem much in the moment, but I think it's really, really important. If you can keep looking at that scoreboard and you're dictating it, and don't get me wrong, it went from 7 to 2 and bounced around, but just having your noses in front, you still got something to really, really fight for. And I thought the girls, we talked about fighting this week, and I can't credit them enough for the heart and the dog and the fight that they showed. It's a testament to them as a group and to the resilience that they've shown. It's been a tough period of time. We've lost a few games of rugby against some very good teams. And to bounce back just before Christmas to get that, it's brilliant.
Like you said, it is brilliant. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats that came our way in the last couple of minutes. You can see there, Bristol lion's share of possession and territory, penalties, turnovers was pretty even, and obviously you would want those penalties to be less, those possession and territory stats to be higher. But what does that say about that red zone execution, that you were pretty down on possession and territory, but still managed to get those tries?
Yeah, that's what happens when you have 25 minutes at start of second half in your own area where you're not exiting well. You're giving away silly penalties or execution errors at the turnover. I mean, you said the turnovers are pretty similar. The volume of ball that they had to the volume we had, and our turnovers are nearly the same. So we got to get better at that, and that's not a surprise to us. As we talked about, it's our execution, it's our management of the game at key moments. But if you look at that, you think there's one team that wins it, and it's not us. So it is, again, what's the difference between the stats and actuality? It's the fight and heart that the girls showed when they're under that amount of pressure. So yeah, it doesn't make good reading. I mean, the penalty counts off the charts. That's a real problem for us. Scrum was a challenge for us, and then we've just got to get cleaner. We want to be an aggressive defence, but we've got to create an offside line on our offside line picture that the officials agree with. So yeah, look, the stats aren't pretty, but the heart that the girls have shown is the most important thing, not those stats.
And just a final one then, you said about heart, a player that's full of it, Zoe Harrison. We talked about her at the top end of the show, slightly glossy-cloppy booked with the yellow card at the start, but for her to make her 100th appearance, steer the side around and secure the win for her club, she said there, it's a club that means so much to her, it must be special.
Yeah, no, we're very lucky. We got an incredibly loyal group of players that have been here for a long time, whether it be from youngsters or when they've come. And Zoe's one of the youngsters that's come away through. She understands the Saracens way. She's learned, she's evolved, and she's driving that game forward. And there's set up there talking about Centurions. There's more and more of them. Some of them still a long way behind the likes of Sonic, but it does mean something, and that's why you get that fight. Games of rugby are tough, and in the darkest moments, people stand up when they deeply care about it. And there's always an incredibly talented player, and she cares immensely about the work she does for Saracens and Saracens as a club. And I'm glad we got the win, but the extra little bit of gladness, for a better term, is that she's done it on 100th, so it's marking a special occasion with a real special manner of victory with us kicking well. And ultimately, you look at it, it's kicks that have probably made the difference in the end.
Like you said, kicks made the difference. Alex, thank you very much for chatting to us there. I'll let you go and get into the warm quickly as well. We've got an opportunity just quickly to have a look whilst I put this microphone down, hopefully, at the fixtures and results in the league table. as it stands. Well, here you go. You can see that big win for Saracens, big win for Loughborough Lightning, 49-7 up at the Corpac Stadium. And look at that, down at Sandy Park, unbeaten Exeter Chiefs are 29-0 down to back-to-back champions Gloucester Hartpury. In fact, I've just had in my ear that the visitors have gone over for a 6th score. So this is as it stands at the moment with those results. Gloucester Hartpury would be going to the top of the table at Christmas with that points difference. And then look at how tight that is. Bristol Bears outside of it in 5th, having played a game less, as of Harlequins. 1 point between 1st and 3rd, 3 points between 1st and 4th. It is shaping up to be one of the closest top 4 races in Premiership women's rugby history. Well, Alex has made his way down into the change room to warm up, as has Jess, and I can't say I blame either of them. All that's left for me to say on behalf of all of us here at Saracens and from Lucy as well is thank you so much for your company today and in 2024. We promised you a festive feast of rugby at the top end of the show, and I think it's fair to say that that one certainly delivered. Have a very Merry Christmas, a fantastic New Year, and we will see you on the other side in 2025 with Premiership Women's Rugby back and bigger than ever. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great Christmas period.